everyone to the PJ's Cast. I am your host, Pierce, joined alongside of my good pal Schmitty and Jimmy, who tried to interrupt my intro and wearing his Leafs
As
sweater.
always, I'm so sorry that my Leaf sweater offends you.
It's like the
Control
Trojan
Canadian.
horse, except instead of a horse, it's Jimmy in a Leaf sweater.
Are you excited for the Leafs' first preseason game tonight, Jim Bob?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
I'm sure it's like in an hour or so. It's pretty soon.
Is it?
Mhm.
Yeah, no, wait.
It's
is.
a day game. Because I already saw Mikey Stevens tweet out someone in a Mike Hutchinson
Yeah, with a
jersey.
Michael
We're
Hutchinson
so fucking
game-worn
back.
jersey.
I
We're
got
so back.
In mid-season form. Let's go.
It's at noon, so the app told me it was at 13 a.m. Central.
13 a.m. Let's fucking go, bro.
I was like, yeah, that's sure, man. Yeah, that's great.
That's the name of the
favorite
podcast,
time of the day. 13 a.m.
13 a.m. Yeah.
Oh
I
boy,
love my
13 a.m.
It's like those hockey announcers always say, you gotta love those 13 a.m. starts on the weekends, boys. Love those.
Goddamn
Oh
right.
boy. Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
don't.
we're just gonna go out for a skate, a little shimmy, a little scrimmage at 13 a.m.
Gotta love that 13
Better
a.m.
be on the
start,
ice.
boys.
Go Schooner.
I won't lie. It's a split squad. Okay, yeah, they got one at 6, one at 12. I won't lie. I've not been paying much attention to the.
What do you mean
Leafs-
you didn't know
Leafs
Adam Gaudette is
preseason.
getting top power play units?
What do you mean?
What? Oh no!
But what does this mean for
no.
Nick Robertson?
We could get into that, but I'd rather
No,
not.
wait, no. We
There's
can't
much
talk
more
about the
important
Leafs.
things. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
No, you know what, Pierce? Nobody ever talks about the Leafs, though. Can we just bring some attention to the Toronto Maple Leafs?
honestly,
That's
Jimmy's
all
got
I'm
a point
asking
right
for.
now.
You know what?
Yeah,
he is
yeah.
kind of right. He is kind of going.
No
off
one
the
talks about the
bit.
Leafs. Jimmy,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
so right.
Mhm. Why can't
Go
we just
for it.
talk about
One man on
Nick
the clock.
Robertson?
Let's go.
Just a normal ass prospect that would be completely overshadowed in any other system. Why can't we just talk about Toronto?
Everybody loves Toronto.
I'd rather. Yeah, no, I can't even pretend to talk about Toronto. Fuck that.
No,
Yeah, Pierce,
too late. You're
lead
too
me
late.
off, please.
What do you mean to play us off? So.
Mhm.
I wanted to start with the new season of the podcast. I always want to start the podcast off with things we love to see, a things we love to see segment, which is about things we love to see. So, last
Really?
podcast we somehow didn't bring this up, but Marian Hossa jersey retirement night is on Sunday, November 20th against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Things you love to see. And the Blackhawks are going to suck this season, which we've talked about in the past and which we're going to get into even more this episode. This might be the only game worth going to, buying tickets for.
I kind of want to buy tickets to the Alex DeBrincat revenge game, too. Got a feeling he's
When is that?
I have no idea, but whenever it is, I'm there because I know that dude's going to light us up for 4. So
Easily. That's going to be Alex Stalock in that, too. Be ready for it.
Oh, yeah.
But
But
it's going to be the third string goalie we pick off waivers, who are JF Berube.
yeah.
Let's go.
Who's he gonna be?
Oh my god.
It's going to be like whatever, who is like Laurent Francois or something.
Let's go! Yeah, he's going to
Everybody
get back
loves
from
him.
injury, and Aiden Hill and Logan Thompson have taken his spot, and then, yeah, he's going to come to the Blackhawks. Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Honestly,
yeah, you go.
I was just gonna say it's one of the few bright spots of the season. Like we kind of talked about it last year. There were like a couple games that maybe had that kind of like, oh, this could be interesting because of the off ice stuff in a good way. This is one of those things that,
In
like,
a good way.
yeah. In
Why
a
would you
season,
say that?
yeah, in a season where it's really more about what's going to happen in the next off season, it's going to be nice to have something to look forward to in the early part of the schedule because we all know how good the Blackhawks are in the early part of their schedule lately, guys. They're so
Yeah.
good,
They
right?
always get off to a good start. Am I
They're
right?
always a good October team. Imagine being a good January team. That can't be good, right, guys? Can't be good. No, but it'll be fun. Also, like, get ready for the national media to be like, dude, why did Hossa get his number retired? And it's like, newsflash, idiots. If Hossa's not there, they don't win any cups. I don't care what anyone says. They don't win any cups. Because Hossa matured that team way more than people realize. When Hossa got there, that was a win now mode. That's exactly what that was. And you can't underestimate that. That's why his number's getting retired. I just wanted to point that out because I know people are going to be like, why is he getting his number retired?
With new major
With big Dodgers or whatever. Like, shut up.
He had 100 points before. He was a great offensive stud when he was drafted, when he was a youngin in the NHL, but then he matured into this monster two-way forward. And again, Schmitty, I agree. Like, they don't win any of those cups if Marian Hossa isn't there. He changed the whole mentality. Like, he pushed the Blackhawks from being a good team to a great team.
100%. And people will say, oh, well, you didn't have great offensive numbers. There was at least one of those years when they were really fucking good that he led the team in points. Maybe two. I think 13 and 11, he was like really good.
Dude, his last season, he was like a 30-goal scorer almost.
Literally.
Yeah.
And he was always money in the bank for 60 points, 30 goals, great defense. Like,
we talked about one of the best defensive forwards to ever play. I mean,
probably one of the
no
best, like,
question
top
about
5 defensive winger in our lifetime, I think.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's
easily.
really hard to be that good on the wing. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy to look at a center and be like, oh, yeah, he's defensively sound. Look at what he does in his own end. He has to cover for the defense, blah, blah, blah. For a winger to get that kind of accolade, I feel like that just is so unfair.
As a winger, you don't have to do that, but he did.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny seeing people ogling over Nichushkin so much in the finals, but we saw this like year in year out with Hossa. This was normal to us.
Everyone's just losing their minds because Hossa doesn't exist. They haven't seen Hossa in 5 years, so this is like you said, this is literally what he did year in year out till he was the last year of his career when he was like 37, something like that.
38, yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
And he was playing third line minutes and almost had 30 goals.
And it's no coincidence the minute he stopped playing, the minute he retired, the Blackhawks.
I was gonna say
everything fell off.
Yeah.
Like, granted, Father Time is undefeated, but like, dude.
Yeah, if he's there and the previous GM isn't a dumbass and horrible human being, they probably could have held on for another couple of years. But no, that's where it just.
You want to talk about straws that stirred the drink? That's what Marian Hossa was. Like, everyone likes to make that analogy, and it's like, oh, the third person on a forward line. That's the straw that stirs the drink. No, Hossa was the straw that stirred that entire Blackhawks drink. Like, honestly, because without him, Dave probably doesn't take the steps defensively that he does. Fucking Sharp doesn't take the steps defensively that he does, or offensively, in my opinion. It takes so much more pressure off Kane when he was maturing. Like,
yeah.
That's why he's getting his number retired. I don't know. I just wanted to say that because, like, I already see people like, why is it happening? So
really, that's happening.
There's a certain couple
because
I know
please like my team and not this one.
I don't. First off, who gives a flying shit? It's a jersey number retirement. I feel like that should only.
It's not your team either. If it was
exactly,
your
yeah. The only fan.
It's like the
only group of people I can get that are upset are the people who want Steve Larmer's number retired, and they're like,
that is perfectly
that's
valid.
a group of people I understand 100%. That's the only group of people I'm gonna hear out on that, though.
It's funny because it's it's such a group that's really beat the drum for so long, but they're right. They're right. They're not yelling in a cloud. I mean, they're absolutely right. Steve Larmer should have his number retired. Another defensive stalwart for the Blackhawks on forward. Like, yeah, I don't know. Personally, I don't see why there's any reason to argue this. He meant so much to this team. He was like you said, Dylan, he was like the piece that matured this team. He means so much more to Chicago than people outside of Chicago realize. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. You can't really explain it. You can't really understand it.
You can't quantify that, nerds. Put that on.
Yeah.
No, it's literally just the people who don't follow this team, and they just literally they probably see it as like just a PR move, and it's like it really isn't. This was gonna happen, and honestly, wouldn't be surprised if it happens. Like, I think I have to wait till Seabrook's contract's up, but I'm basically expecting a 7-7 retirement. They're not going to do 2 for a minute. I know that much. So, like,
you don't think so?
I mean, okay, they just did it, but like, I don't know, man. The way Keith was talking for the last 12 months, you should probably wait a couple of years on that one. Even though he did just retire, but like,
let things settle.
Exactly, let the water simmer.
Seabrook's been gone for like a couple of years. He has a job with the Vancouver Giants. And
yes, he does.
Another part of the things we love to see, which happened, I think, a while ago, but whatever. Mm-hmm. Give him his due.
Yeah, love Seabrook. Just wish the last 2 years we weren't terrible, so everyone didn't have to gang on him. That was so fucking. That was so hard to watch the last 2 years with Seabrook because, we all knew this was going to happen.
That's not his.
Yeah, but remember, everyone's going to blame him. Woo! Whatever.
No, I guess from like an outsider's it's almost kind of like when Dustin Brown didn't he get his jersey retired, or he's getting like a
statue or something.
Yeah, he's getting a statue too. It's like Yeah, he
Won
wasn't the
2 cups.
best player of the team, but like he was the captain of the first 2 cups in their franchise history. So I could understand that, you know. But
We talk so
Let
much
there
about
be
how
fun.
intangibles are silly and whatnot, but when it comes to these kinds of things, I feel like it's it's ceremonious, and we're talking about not just not just what happens on the ice, but just the player and what they meant to that team, that city. We talked about it with Hossa. Dustin Brown, like you said, he's the captain of the 2 cups they have, the only
Yeah.
2 cups they've ever had. Like that, why wouldn't you put a statue up for that guy?
Yeah, it makes like when you look at it from a franchise perspective, it makes too much sense. And then you
Yeah.
also got to look like I know we talk about it a lot, like the intangibles. Like we joke about it a lot, but like
Yeah,
and we talk about like, and we always talk about this game is won in between the ears. It's not won on the ice a lot of the times. Like the talent's
Yeah.
usually pretty even most of the time once you get to the big games. It's about your mental toughness. It's about your ability to rebound off a bad game. And guys like Hossa and Brown, I feel like personified that. Like, go look at all those games where the Hawks needed a big win on the road or the Kings needed a big win on the road. Who's the guy scoring the big goal in the third period? It's usually
Marion
Marion.
Hossa, Game 4, 2013.
See,
yes,
here's
sir. The
Game
only
one, he did it too.
the only
About
loss,
Brown.
the only loss for the Kings at home that entire playoffs, by the way.
Yeah, it's just like
Big player, big moments, big
exactly.
goals.
I don't know, man. I don't mind moves like that from organizations, and especially from organizations that won multiple championships. It's like it's one thing if like Carolina does that. You know what I mean? They haven't won a cup yet.
Jacob
It's like, okay,
De La
statue.
Rose.
Let's go.
yeah, like that'd be like the Sharks building a Patrick Marleau statue. Like I could see it, but it'd be kind of weird. You know what I mean?
Never
I don't know. That's just the way I see it. You got to win to get get stuff like that.
I feel
Winning
like
matters.
it's San Jose. Listen, you're San Jose. That's the
Actually,
guy
now
who
that I
played
say it,
more.
San Jose.
I was gonna say, I'm like, dude, that's the guy who played more games than literally anybody. That's fair, but it's like Pavelski, like someone like that who, didn't really do anything that necessarily, great for the team, but didn't do anything that was outstanding enough to warrant a statue or anything, or maybe a jersey number retirement, who knows? But like you said, championship speak.
Hardware talks. And it always has. That's why, like, it's going to be really weird in, like, the next 5 or 6 years or so. Because you're going to see guys who have a shit, like, kind of to segue into the next topic, Pierce. Like, you're about to see guys with a crap ton of hardware retire. Like, it's going to be a changing of the guard, like, the next couple of years, for sure.
Yeah, especially with Bedard coming in next year. I mean, holy shit.
To Chicago, baby.
Yeah,
Let's go.
fucking
By the way,
Chicago, yeah.
By the way, I get to see a Pat's Oil Kings game next week. I'm excited for that.
Oh, nice. Holy shit. Tell me
Hopefully
about
Bedard
that.
scores
Gonna
like
hit
8
the rink
fucking
more. Gonna hit the rink more. Gotta watch those games. Gotta watch it with my eyeballs and not on the
Your
graph.
Can't be
spreadsheet.
watching
Yeah.
the graphs, Pierce. Come on now.
Exactly. That's why I'm trying to get to the rink more, man. Anyways, I feel like, Schmitty brought this up, but like, speaking of people that deserve statues outside their buildings, there's a few people that actually retired, but this one in particular, PK Subban.
Oh,
Retired.
yeah.
At least deserves
Talk
it
about a
outside the
guy
hospital.
who has no championship hardware that still deserves all the love and praise in the world.
He's got a
He
Norris.
has an Olympic gold medal. He has a Norris. Like,
He's got hardware. Trust me. He just doesn't have a cup.
Final. He has a
Yeah.
Prince of Wales or Clarence, whatever the fuck it's
He
called.
also made $9 million for like 8 years. So God
Yeah.
bless him.
He's got money.
Mhm.
He's got pretty much everything he needs. And
Hmm.
PK Subban, he's one of the few people that actually showed a personality. And a lot of the times, the old school media, like Mike Milbury, called him like a clown and things like that. But PK
Oh,
Subban,
no, Mike
he
Milbury
just-
saying something that's wrong. Where have we ever
the
seen
guy
this?
who beat another human being with a shoe? No way.
The guy that literally saw someone get brained on the ice and told him to get up and tough it out. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
bro. Like, I will forgive Mike Milbury for that Muzzin shit a couple years ago. There's a reason he's off the air. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, also
Oh, yeah.
sexist. Yeah. There's just
Just a
bunch of
big
stuff that
fucking
isn't
loser
bad.
all
Yeah,
over him.
big bozo.
But guys, he was a GM and he wasn't even good at that. But he was a GM. Fucking idiot.
There's literally nothing redeeming about him. He set that Islanders franchise back like 20 years at
Yep.
least. There's got to be like a page with his transaction history with the New York Islanders. Just look at that. Look at Rick
Hey,
DePage.
on
Look
that
at him trading
topic,
Charles Spezza to Ottawa. There you
wasn't he the one who traded other retiree, Zdeno Chara? Was
go.
that him?
I believe you'd be right with that, Jim Bob. Yeah. He was at least GM there when the Zdeno Chara got retired. But yeah, PK Subban. Let's not give our attention to Mike Miller. PK Subban was
Yeah.
a great Montreal is such a diehard, passionate fan base. It is hard to get in their good books. PK Subban was in their good books. Like, not only the stuff. You go ahead.
I just wanted to say, like, I can't think of like a more electrifying defenseman from like 2010 to 2015. Honestly, like this
Karlsson
dude was
was
like
there for a
basic
second.
defenseman in hockey. Like, if you
so
wanted a
2015,
defenseman,
yeah.
you wanted PK Subban. That's what you wanted at the time. This dude was electric offensively, dynamite defensively, like literally showstopper as a defenseman in Montreal, the toughest market to play in. Like, that can't be said enough. That can't be said enough.
I'll never forget that bomb he had. He had a fucking, like, people talked
That
about
whole
Weber's
Boston
shot.
series,
Weber,
he was a fucking demigod.
Dude,
like
that
holy
goalie
shit.
scored out of the penalty box and like
Oh my
Jim
God.
Rask in Montreal. That's one of the most electrifying goals in like recent playoff
The
history.
hit he had
No,
on
that-
Marchand,
I
where
won't
he just
lie. No,
lights
that's
him up
one of the
like a
most-
Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Holy
that
smokes.
that's a top 50 playoff goal all time. That's up there. That's a genuinely, that's crowd
Certainly
pop
in
of all
recent
crowd
history.
pops.
Yeah, like just
Electrifying.
Like you said,
chills.
electrifying. It is one of the most electrifying without question. I would
was
say.
so electrifying as a player. His shot, like he was one of the only players that had that kind of slap shot where he would just crank that motherfucker.
Cannon.
Like I remember his first goal as a Predator. It was against the Blackhawks, and I was like, God damn it, this dude's starting to vision now. We got to deal with PK Subban every year, along with all their other defensemen. Like,
I remember him. He was the kind of guy who would.
I think Shea Weber said, "Oh, we got to deal with PK Subban."
No, but like, imagine like if he didn't have like old ass Andre Markov as his partner for like his whole career. Like, he probably could have been even better. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, he
that
played with like
Montreal
Ekholm, and they were like
team.
2 wins within a cup.
literally. And he was close with the Habs too. If Price doesn't get hurt.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That should have been
Well,
Montreal,
the-
Chicago in 2014. By the way, it should
I
have been
will die
original
on that
six,
effing hill. That should have been the final. As soon as fucking Tokarski went in, just
Tokarski, unbelievable.
Tokarski. And then Marty St. Louis just like
That's
threw his
terrible.
jock into the fucking third level with that overtime goal.
Oh yeah, another electrifying goal. By the way,
That was just a
Yes.
great playoff. Like,
Dude,
even though the
2014
Hawks
was
lost,
pretty
like, that was a
good,
great
yeah.
playoff.
No, that was
Even like
incredible.
the
playoff,
cup
yes.
final was 5 games, but all the games went into overtime. I think.
Brian
Remember the
Boyle
puck
showed
stopping
up.
on the goal line because of the snow? I mean,
Yeah,
there was
I
some
remember that.
crazy shit in that playoffs.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, it was good stuff.
Like,
As a hockey
First
fan,
game
you look
here,
at that
too.
Hawks series. One of the best playoff series you'll ever see. Hawks
Ever,
Kings.
like in period
Ever.
history, like
Oh,
Nah,
yeah.
like, you know what's great when it's like overtime in game 5 and Bob Cole isn't even talking. He's just letting them play.
yeah,
Because it's that
and
like
letting
because
the
it was like
crowd-
9 minutes
yeah.
straight of like nonstop play. And it was like the
Yeah.
best hockey you're ever gonna
That's
see.
probably the most
It's-
thrilling hockey I've ever watched in my life.
I was having a heart
Titans.
attack in game
It's-
5.
yeah.
Like, oh my
It's two Titans. It's two Titans matching up. Like we don't always see it, and when we do see it, doesn't always happen this way.
God. No. And
Sure
like
did.
honestly, like Capitals Penguins was like that all the time too. Just two.
Mhm.
going
Whoever
at it.
won that series, they're winning the cup. Like that's the cup final.
Two
match.
Titans with Pittsburgh and Washington, two teams that fucking hate each other too.
Mhm.
So
Kings
good.
didn't like each other either. Let's be very clear.
Oh no,
They didn't
no,
like
no.
each other. The Canucks didn't like them. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think
definitely
any
the
team
Blues
liked the
didn't
Hawks.
like him. The
Yeah.
Wild fucking hated him. But
Well, they hate them because they're the little brothers. Wild will always be the little brothers.
Yeah,
The
Nashville and St. Louis they beat us, but Minnesota they'll always be the little
Yeah,
brothers
Minnesota
to us,
sucks.
you know.
Nice outdoor wins. Good
I
job.
just wish that PK Subban had a better ending to his career, though. Not to take it back to that for a second, because like,
Yes,
oh
I
my
agree.
god, like I feel like the worst injury you can see someone get in hockey is a hip or a back, because it's so hard to come back from that and be an efficient skater. Because like we just saw PK Subban couldn't skate after that hip injury, and it was just so hard to watch. Like it was it's heartbreaking. Like you watch him on the Devils the last couple of years, and people are like, "This dude's a fucking bum. You need to buy out his contract." And I'm
Yeah.
just like, "Dude, what if fucking Norris like 7 years ago?" Like,
There's context to it. There really
Always
is.
context. It's
He's
just
one of
sad.
those. Yeah, really. Yeah. Well, it's ironically enough, wasn't it Weber who has had similar issues too? For the reason that
He's retired too.
Yep. Yeah. For the same reason, injuries. You know. Yeah. Quote unquote.
He's in
retired,
Vegas
yeah.
right now.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Oh my!
For
I know. I
Dadonov.
forgot about the Dadonov trade. Yeah, the Dadonov trade that actually happened. Yeah. No. Yeah. It really is. let me explain how much PK Subban meant to hockey. Right. My mom, she took us to all our hockey games and she watched us, she loved it and everything. And you know, she knows enough about hockey, but she's not a crazy fanatic like us. But I told her the other day, I'm like, hey, Subban retired, and she was genuinely sad, surprised. Everybody, no matter who you were, if you were a hockey fan around hockey, you knew who PK Subban was because that's just who he was. He's like we've talked about electrifying on the ice. That's just his personality. He's fun. He's crazy enough in hockey. He's got charisma to him. One of the things you'll never find in hockey. He was
hockey player. What?
They don't mix, but he was a unicorn. He really was, and I don't know. I feel like the game. I hope he doesn't stray far away. I really hope he gets back in the booth because this sport needs him.
Role. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. This sport absolutely needs him. Shame I didn't put on my Subban shirt. I should have done that. But
wow.
I know. Maybe next time.
Fake Subban fan.
I know, dude.
If only he signed with the Leafs. Did you see that was a thing? Like he was either gonna go with the Leafs.
Oh, I was really hoping he'd come to Toronto. I was really hoping that would happen. Maybe give him 1 or 2 years to give it a shot at the cup or something. I want him to get a ring. I know I'm far from the only one too. It really sucks. This is the way he went out. It really is. But you know what? It's the right thing to do, and fucking good for him, man. Like, thank you for making Thank you for making being a fan exciting in a huge way. Like I grew up, I've talked about. I started watching in 2012. I grew up on PK Subban, is one of the biggest players in in hockey. So, no, that guy made a big impact in my hockey fandom and obviously to many, many others. And fucking donated $10 million to a hospital.
Yeah, but forget all the on-ice stuff, like the hockey side of things. Like this guy donated $10 million to a hospital.
Listen, and we need to focus on this. He had $9 million a year AAV, all that. You don't get paid that. You don't get all of that $9 million.
No, especially
this isn't just 1 year for him. $10 million's a big fucking deal, no matter what superstar you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that needs to be appreciated more. I know it's talked about, hockey, classy, all that. But Subban's he literally is built different. He's something else.
The good thing is, like,
it's beyond just being classy.
Like, there's no like, fuck people. All of them got together and
We all know there's that group. But yeah, for the most part, they seem to love him, and they should. It's a damn crying shame that he had to get sent out.
And honestly, the best part about Subban is this is a guy who's definitely going to have options outside of hockey afterwards. This is he is going to sign a media contract. Like I think he has one with ESPN right now, so he's probably just going to go work at ESPN.
He has a podcast. He's like starting a new podcast, like talking about stories within the game, and in like a year or so, from what I saw.
Yeah, PK's going to be PK's going to be fine when he retires. I know that much. And he'll definitely be around the game.
Suddenly he does. It really, makes you think.
Really makes you think, doesn't it? Mm-hmm.
Can't wait for the PK's cast, dude. Really disgusting.
We have PK Subban on the PK cast.
Let's get it.
Okay. So that's it for Subban. We're going on to another defenseman. Question: do you think PK Subban's a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
No.
No.
I mean, he only had 400 and something points, but I'm just gonna say yes because I like him. So
you gotta look at what it takes to be a defenseman Hall of Famer. Mm-hmm. Like it takes a little more, honestly.
That's the thing.
And honestly, it's a longevity thing too. I really think it's longevity, which is the worst part.
He played 834 games. Like that blew my mind. I looked
it up
before the pod. It's not Hall of Fame.
If you don't win a cup, you have to have like 1,000 games. He has a Norris, that helps him. He's got a gold medal, that helps him.
Yeah, he's got 460.
I don't think he's not first ballot.
I don't think it's a yes, but I don't think it's no either. Like it's debatable.
He's just not first ballot.
That's fair.
I don't think he's first ballot.
No.
You know who is first ballot Hall of Famer though?
Zdeno Chara.
Yeah, Chara.
And Keith. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
Chara's incredible. Like that's a career that guy played longer than we have all been alive. So
first game was November 1997. That's way.
He's like the Tom Brady of hockey. Like people don't really It's not the same comparable because he's not the greatest of all time in the sport, but he's probably top 15 defensemen of all time, I'd say. Like,
Yep.
he's got the accolades.
Yeah,
He's got a cup.
there.
He's got, I think, multiple Norris trophies.
I think he only has one, which is
6.
kind of a
He
shame.
only has
but-
one? Wow.
Only has
Lindstrom was
one
robbing him in
Norris?
the early 2000s. Jesus.
Yeah, he's got well, just to pull up the stats, 1,680 games,
There you go,
680
yeah.
points. You got a cup, you
2,000
got a
penalty
Norris.
minutes. Let's go.
And he's
Dude,
tall. He's
so
so
real.
tall.
So real.
He played
Yeah.
200 playoff games, won a Stanley Cup with Boston in 2011, and he has the record of most games played in the NHL by defensemen, passing Chris Chelios, who played into his late 40s. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Chicago Wolves legend Chris
Yeah,
Chelios.
Chris Chelios, no, Atlanta Thrasher legend, bro. Come on now.
You're right.
Just like Marion
I forget?
Hossa. But yeah, only one Norris in 2009.
Oh, wow. Like,
Yeah.
that's actually shocking. So Duncan Keith robbed the city of a couple Norrises. Look at that. How about
Yeah.
that?
Good.
Same with
Um,
Lindstrom too. Yeah, like you said, probably.
Seriously, because the guy was lights out for like 15 years. So I used to hate playing against the Bruins just because of Chara. Because Chara just would fuck up.
Dude,
Chara
bro.
was what people thought Chris Pronger was in the early 2000s. Because everyone's like, oh, Chris Pronger in the tail end of his career. So tough. No, Zdeno Chara was all that and then some up until like the final year of his career.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
Yeah, when the Blackhawks had to play the Bruins, that was probably like Tuukka Rask was great of the year, but like I was like most scared about Chara because I'm like he's gonna shut Kane down. It's kind of a miracle that they beat
Chara and
the Bruins that
Lucic.
year.
I was
'Cause,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah,
Mhm.
and then that Bergeron fella too. He's not
yeah.
terrible.
Just that little
Mhm.
chest.
Mr. Broken Ribs still scores goals, Bergeron.
That fella. Yeah. but-
So he has. I'm just on his Wikipedia page. I just want to go through some of the records. He's the tallest player in NHL history. First NHL player born in the Eastern Bloc to captain an NHL team to the Stanley Cup. Has the hardest shot record, 108.8 miles per hour, 175 kilometers an hour. That's crazy. Has won the most NHL All-Star competition hardest shots 5 times in NHL history.
Really?
Most Game 7 of playoff appearances in NHL history. That's pretty crazy. Oldest defenseman in NHL history to score a game-winning goal in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Oldest NHL defenseman to score a goal in the Stanley Cup finals, both at 42 years old, and most games played by a defenseman in NHL history. Like,
Jesus.
That's can't write a better career than that sometimes.
First
dude.
fucking ballot. First
Yeah.
fucking ballot.
Yeah, that's
Huge
like
ones.
when you put that compared to PK Subban, and then you're like, okay, yeah, maybe this is like
there's levels to
there's
it.
levels to this shit.
Yeah.
Like Zdeno Chara is fucking amazing, and like the fact that he even was serviceable in his mid 40s is like the fact that he wasn't even below replacement level in his last year, I think, is crazy. Or it took till he was like 45 for him to be below replacement level. That's just such a crazy thought. Like I think Jay Fresh posted his like sheet since they've been tracking analytics, and it's just up.
Oh, it's absurd, yeah.
Up. Takes a little dip for like 3 years, and the last year it drops. It's like hell of a career, and for a guy that size to stay that healthy for that long, that's what's even more impressive. Because you would think with his size something would have went wrong by now, with like an injury or something, or just
You brought
you know,
up Chris Pronger had like I think concussion issues, so
Yeah,
and Chara didn't
Yep,
have any
he
of
did.
that. So he gets to retire on his own merits. Like he has no injuries. Like he can.
Chara's
just go
too
off-
tall, man. You can't reach his head. How
He
do you
can
get
get-
touching that like that?
He can go off and enjoy father time because I'm pretty sure he does have children. And like everything I've heard about Zdeno Chara, like when he came captain of the Bruins a while, like he stopped the hazing stuff. Like just everything I've heard from Chara off the ice, like he's a great guy. So I'm just glad that
Mhm.
he had a great long career. He was healthy and he gets to enjoy the rest of his life.
guys,
with
we
his
forgot his
children.
best achievement though. He literally
What is that?
captained Team Europe or whatever. the
No
fuck it
way!
was.
Oh
I'm
my
pretty-
God.
Oh,
I'm pretty
Captain
sure.
split jerseys right here.
Ugh.
Holy.
it's gonna be chill when he's like the GM or coach of Team Europe in 2024.
Well,
Honestly,
am I crazy?
weird.
Did they had jerseys that were split down the middle, right? And it was one color on each side. Am I crazy? Team Europe?
No.
what am
no,
I
they had
thinking
like
of?
they had like Kraken colors jerseys, low key.
What am I thinking of? Oh my God. Well, I know the colors. I remember the
Wasn't
design
that like
being
black and orange? I don't remember.
No, that was
No,
Team
it
North
was-
America.
Team North America, Team Europe. Yeah, okay, I'm fucking stupid. Yeah, I think
Europe
it like
was like blue
Yeah,
and
yeah.
light blue. It was
Oh,
like
Pierce,
it was
no.
weird. It looked like SeaWorld, low key. Like it looked like SeaWorld.
Team SeaWorld, baby.
Team SeaWorld. Get excited, Leafs.
They did have it split down the middle.
Wait, they did?
I knew it.
Wait,
No,
show
it's
show it on the
Team
thing.
North America, yeah.
Yeah, hold up.
Show it to the audience.
Yeah, let me pull it up really quick. Come on,
Great
iPhone.
radio right
Don't
now.
fail me now.
Don't fail me.
Oh, that's right.
I told you they split it down the middle.
No,
I
you're
don't
right.
know
I should never
how,
doubt you
why.
on your jersey and equipment knowledge.
I'm telling you, man, if there's
All I
one
got
thing
out of that is
can
fuck
offer
Team
you. They almost won too. Oh, it would have been the best.
Would it?
So this is some stuff. This is on his Wikipedia page. Warren Zdeno Chara. He has a 67-inch stick, 4 inches longer than
Okay.
NHL regulation. He has to receive a waiver from the NHL to do so. He can speak 6 languages: Czech,
Really?
Polish, Swedish, Russian, German, and English. And yeah,
That's insanely impressive, though.
That's so real of Zdeno, honestly.
honestly based.
Good for Zdeno being an incredibly intelligent member of society.
Okay, I don't mean to get off topic because I'm like I'm on the NHL shop looking for something right now, but like it says, you know how like it has players and like what like for each team. Guess who's like 6 on the Blackhawks list right now?
Call Blackwell, let's go.
Adam Clendenning.
Hey!
You gotta sell that new Ice Hogs jersey, you know?
Jesus Christ, this is so painful looking at this list. Sorry,
Gotta
continue.
buy that's 2-game call up Adam Clendenning.
Jesus Christ, Dylan Secure is
That's
in the 2,
got
baby.
traded for Gustav Forsling, Adam Clendenning for you.
Kill
I
me.
will say I do very much appreciate that he's like the Ice Hogs like face at the moment. He's the Ice Hogs legend. The
I
icon.
don't know, man. Dylan Secure is going to come back to rock.
Oh, you're sorry. My bad. You're right.
20 goals, 40 assists, 60
Captain
points,
Alex
playing alongside
Steves.
of Lucas Reichel and Buddy Robinson. Let's go!
Dude, everybody loves Buddy Robinson. Said no one
Honestly.
ever. Just kidding. He's going to literally play games for the Blackhawks this year. I need to not say that.
Do
You're
you
gonna
think
watch
so?
it live. You're gonna
Yeah.
watch it
Fuck
live.
it. We're going live. I mean, dude, I already watched Dylan Secure live last year. He beat our hockey team. So
That's
Who
Yeah.
didn't?
Jimmy was at that game. It was a fun
Avalanche, right?
Yeah. you
Yeah.
were like, I gotta catch the train. And then the Hawks scored 2
Mhm.
goals, and I was like, shit, they're coming back.
I was at the train station. I'm like, of course, this is everything that I said was going to happen if I leave. But
No, wasn't the thing like you went down to the lobby and you were about to turn around and then the Avs scored and you were just like, nope, fuck it, still going to the train station. I'm not turning
No, I
around.
left. They scored. I come back. The Hawks get scored on. And I'm like, just fuck it. Just I'm going. I'm not even
I'm
gonna
gone.
try.
I'm not
to
even
just
chancing
be-
it. I'm out. Wait,
Oh,
which
that's
game was it? That
exactly.
Colorado game where they were down like by
Yes.
3 and almost came? I remember.
It's
Yeah,
that
it's the one
game,
where like
yeah.
Kane and
Yeah.
Gustafson got those weird ass garbage time goals and Hagel
Yeah, I
had a couple.
remember.
Yeah, Alex Newhook went stupid.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Blackhawk
Oh,
legend
crazy.
Alex Newhook, baby. Get
That
fucking
kid is fun.
excited.
Not gonna
I
be
just
for
wish he
much
wasn't in
longer
our
to see it
division.
live.
Ugh.
So next one, Keith Yandel. Probably isn't a Hall of Fame, but this guy was like one of the more underrated offensive defensemen of like the past decade. He played 1,100 games and obviously broke the Ironman streak, playing 989 consecutive games. That like in of itself is a great achievement. But he was also like a good offensive defenseman for like a good 10 years. Like he had 30 points, then 41 points, 59 points, 43 points, 30 points, 53 points. Like pretty solid career, I'd say. I don't think it's Hall of Fame worthy, but hey,
No,
like
it's a good career.
yeah, like he has a 3-time All-Star. Like this
He's
is
a
a
good
guy that
player.
flirted with. Yeah, he's a good player.
Odds that
Good for
the
him.
odds. Wait, who votes on Hall of Fame ballots? Do we know?
Bunch of old white.
There's like
hockey men.
there's literally an old boys club. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they would totally vote him in for the Iron Man thing, wouldn't they? Not first ballot, but come on. This whole league was
Where's
pissed
he
off when he
born?
didn't get
Oh,
an
he's
Iron
born
Man
in
shot.
Boston. If he was born in like Saskatchewan, maybe, but no, he's born in Boston.
No, you're
Keith
right. Just
Yandel is
thinking-
just like gotta give him props for the amount of money this dude has swindled. Like holy shit, this guy went from being in Arizona to
He's
forcing
still
his way to
getting
New
paid, I'm
York.
pretty sure, by Florida.
Hmm?
I said I'm pretty sure he's still getting paid by Florida. I could be
Like
wrong.
honestly, gangster shit. Like good for Keith. Like oh
I'm
my
not gonna
God.
lie, I forgot that he was in the Panthers.
Yeah.
Like
Back when the
think
Panthers were trying to be good because anal ticks told them Keith Yandel was good.
The computer boys.
Yeah, the computer
French
boys. And then Dale Talon had to save the day.
Yeah, Keith Yandel's making $5.3 million this year from a buyout, 1.2 next year, and then 1.2 the year after that. He's set. He's good.
Yeah, I don't. He better be good. That's all I'm going to say. You're making a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't really have much more to say on Keith.
I mean, Keith Yandel's just some guy. Like, honestly, like
he's
he
some
was just
guy,
trying to
but-
steal Phil Kessel's thunder. Let's be honest. Now. Like, let's really be honest right now. He really was
So?
just trying to steal Phil Kessel's thunder.
Honestly, whoever does that, that's not good. in
True
my
hater,
books.
honestly.
So, let's get on to another topic. This could potentially be a person who retires soon because of injury issues. Ryan Ellis is going to miss the entire season.
Yeah, he's done.
By the way, before we
He's
get
so
into
done,
that,
dude.
Ryan Ellis it was like Ryan Ellis for Nolan Patrick and Philip Myers, probably the least significant trade.
Yeah,
in
Nolan
the
Patrick's not
history.
playing this
Yeah.
season either.
Yeah, which fucking sucks, dude. Like
Only
he's had
people have
so
to
much
study last.
injury issues in his
Yeah.
young career, and it's like, ugh, I just feel so bad for him.
Apparently, there's some work ethic issues there as well. I've heard. But injuries. Didn't he have this back in juniors? Wasn't he already having
Who,
injury
Patrick?
troubles? Patrick, yeah.
Yeah, Patrick was
Yeah.
having issues. That's why he wasn't the first overall pick the year he was out. He was
Yeah.
number one like the whole year, and then they were like, "Oh, injury issues." Nico Heishier can help beat him. And now if you redraft it, it's like, "Oh, well, he's not even going to be a first round pick." So
Yeah.
No.
hindsight's
Yeah.
2020. I feel so
Yeah.
bad for Patrick though. Like, thought he was going to actually catch a break in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd been nice to see him succeed there. It would have made sense, the system, everything. He fit in perfectly. Just
Right?
some bodies just aren't, just can't handle the pro game. It's just what it is. It's unfortunate.
You would think it would. Yeah, I would like to say you think it would, but whatever. Can't.
Cody Glass is the only piece in that really matters.
Yeah,
in
why
my
don't we talk
opinion.
about him? Because he's just actually a bust. He doesn't have excuses. He's just bad.
Yeah, he's just not been good yet.
First ever pick by Vegas. We should have known they were busts by then. We should have known Vegas was fraudulent when that was their first pick. And then their
Their
best
draft
pick out of that
stuff,
draft they
too.
traded.
Yeah, exactly.
And still won't get
And
ice
then the
man.
guy they traded for nothing. Oh, I love it. You trade Nick Suzuki, then get Max Pacioretty, then trade Max Pacioretty for nothing.
I love how we turned this into fuck you Vegas. I always love it.
I don't like Vegas. I will take any chance I can.
It's either the Leafs or Vegas.
Because remember, it's Robin Leonard's fault when everything's going wrong.
Yeah.
Loser organization. Whatever.
Yeah, like him, Nolan Patrick are out for the There was like another guy in Vegas, I'm pretty sure that's out for the air that I'm blanking on right
I
now.
mean, Robin Leonard. Oh,
Well, I already said Robin
oh,
Leonard.
okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is he out for the year?
I was like,
Yeah, he's out for the season.
Really? Oh, Jesus, I think I missed that. Oh,
Yeah, I
no.
don't know who it is. Is Stone still hurt? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think he's out for a bit, but I think he's fine. From
He's
what
got like a back or some shit. Mhm.
Yeah, he's had a little bit of back issues the past bit. Yeah, so Nolan Patrick is out. They still haven't signed Nicholas Hag. Shea Weber's on. Okay, that's who it was. It was Shea Weber. Robin
Yeah, because they need more cap space. I hate
Yeah.
this league. Jesus.
They're literally $10 million under. How the fuck are they gonna make? Are they gonna do anything? Well, I guess the season hasn't started with like the LTIR and stuff, but I don't know how that works. But either way, like it's still gonna be close, even if that does come into effect.
By the way, boys, the reason I've been on the NHL shop, my Matthew Benier jersey has finally been purchased.
Oh, that's hot.
Oh, nice.
Because they have like 25% off the entire store, so I can get it like with this gift card I have for free. So I'm just like, yep.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh,
You gotta
yeah,
hang
dude,
that out
that's
in the
awesome.
background. Show you're an
I
authentic.
can't believe you've
fan
already
of
got
the
a
Kraken.
Calder Trophy winner jersey. That's awesome.
I was trying to wait till they put it out so it's cheaper, but I mean, fuck it, whatever. I was like,
Fuck
him
it,
or
go
Ray?
live.
No, Nathaniel.
No better time than the present, as they say.
Yeah, because why the fuck
Well,
do
yeah.
I want to watch the Blackhawks this year?
Literally, we started a whole fucking other ass like part of the podcast, so we don't have to talk about the Blackhawks.
It's like I'm supporting scouting network because I don't want to watch the Hawks.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that, Pierce. You're looking at this and you're like,
Mhm.
prospect podcast. How do I survive the Blackhawks one?
yeah. Literally, that's what it is. I'm just
I
like,
mean, it helps us too. I'd rather talk about the Blackhawks as little as possible this season.
and that's why I'm going to Oil Kings Regina Pats game next
Yes,
week.
sir.
Dude, that's actually gonna be so exciting.
Oh, I know. The funny thing is, the Regina Pats have no team around Connor Bedard. It's just like Connor Bedard, so they're probably going to trade him and just get a shit ton back.
Oh, he's perfect for the Blackhawks.
How could
Dude.
you like? I'm curious. How does that trade work if you trade like an actual like real life NHL number 1 pick, right? Because like Colton Dach got traded, he got traded for a good bit.
Yeah,
So, like,
Mason
another number
McTavish
one
got
pick.
traded last year in the OHL. Like you can get like multiple first round picks, like good prospect. Like you can get a haul back, and I'm pretty sure that's what Regina's
what if
gonna
they
do.
just like send him to Winnipeg?
Mhm.
Just
What
stack him with
if like Bedard goes to like Winnipeg or Kelowna has a pretty stacked team as well. Like Colton Dach is there. As
Why don't we
well.
just put him in Seattle right
or
now?
Seattle? Seattle's
Why
also
don't
a
we
good
just put him in
choice, yeah.
Seattle with fucking Reed, whatever his name
Ah,
Reed Schaefer and
Schaefer.
Kevin.
I almost said Reed
Control-
Boucher. Jesus
I said
Christ.
no,
Christ,
no,
Yeah.
no, sir.
But no, yeah, Connor
Speaking
Bedard.
of that amazing intro from the whoever KHL team that was playing him.
Oh my god.
Oh, I wish the
Hockey
NHL was that
culture is
ballsy.
great.
I wish.
Thumbs.
Just double thumbs down.
We'll get it more on that later. But the Flyers.
Yeah. Again,
Ryan Ellis is gonna be out the whole season.
And then I jinxed Sean Couturier.
Oh,
Let's go.
yeah.
yeah.
God damn it.
Uh,
Like, thankfully, it sounds like it's not as bad as it, like,
It's a
like,
6
second
week
report sounds
currently.
like he's only going to miss, like, 8 weeks or, like, 10 weeks. But, like, holy shit, dude. Like, the next
Yeah,
day
it's
after we
about-
recorded.
Isn't it like
I
six?
think it was
six,
later
7
that day.
there?
Yeah.
What, Jimmy?
Like 6, 7, 6, 7 weeks he's out, something like that.
I don't know. I just don't trust any timetable with the Flyers. So I'm adding
That's fair.
month.
They really. Oh my god, it's like watching the Tens Bears.
Yeah.
Every single star is injury ridden.
We'll see. That's usually that's what the Flyers will say about all their injured players. Like, isn't Joe Farabee out like 6 months? Like, they're gonna suck this year.
Yeah, I
Like,
think Farabee's out too.
They might get Bedard. They might
Can we not
get
like speak that into existence? Like, let them go draft who's a guy that I
Cutter Gauthier again.
They're gonna go draft Quentin Musty, number 5. Let's go.
The play was good.
There wouldn't
yeah.
be anybody. There's nobody. No city deserves a player named Musty more than Philadelphia.
Honestly, you are so fucking
Real.
right. Like,
I was trying to
agree.
find the words to put it together, but yeah.
And they don't have their second
Yes.
this year because of Rasmus Ristolainen.
Yep.
Good shit, boys. And then
I
Yeah.
love hockey.
I do feel bad for Ellis though, because like he was
Oh,
already having
dude,
injury troubles
yeah.
in Nashville, if I recall. Like,
Yeah.
I'll pull up his games played and
he's
such.
got like 5 years left on that deal. Pierce, your
He's-
sheet league is
he's-
screwed.
He's gotta have like 40 games the last 3 seasons combined. There's
I
no
got
way
traded
he's
back
played
for
more than
Seth Jones
40.
now.
They got
So,
traded back for Seth.
Let's. Oh my god.
Yeah, he has 5 years left at 6.25.
He has played.
Remember when he had that really good playoff at one time? Yeah, that was
Yeah,
fun.
Yeah, remember how I said he played? I feel like he's played 40 games in the last. Like if you take this season, last season, and the season before that,
Mhm.
39.
Ooh, that's
Not
Not
good. And the Flyers
even
gave up assets
20.
for that. Good shit,
Yeah.
boys.
Mm. Then what did they?
Phil
Myers, who-
Myers,
whatever,
no,
whatever, it doesn't-
See,
Tampa's
that's the
gonna
thing. That's like
turn
a
into their
nothing.
next
That's like a
Rio,
nothing
so.
trade now. It's like just.
Well, it's not
amazing.
nothing because you have a $6 million dead cap hit for the next.
I guess
fucking-
so. Yeah, but like,
That is
Like you
true.
could have just kept the bums. And, like,
I
no
should say
offense
it's
to
a
them.
lose-lose trade. That's what I'm trying to say.
I shouldn't be calling
That's-
them bums, but
yeah.
they are.
Jesus.
Yeah,
What a-
Flyers gonna Flyers, little Flyers.
I'm
Can't
not
wait
gonna
for-
lie. Besides the off ice, we all know. I do not envy Flyers fans right now. That at least the Hawks have
They have the
direction.
Eagles.
You know, like
Mhm.
Al Davidson knows what he wants out of players. You got a head coach that looks promising. Like
Philadelphia
that's at
has
least-
Chuck Fletcher. That's
They got
Yeah,
one more.
Chuck
There's no way
Fletcher.
Chuck Fletcher survives this year. I'm sorry. There's just no way the
Oh,
Philadelphia
there has
ownership-
to be.
They're
There
already
has
losing
to
money.
be a line.
Oh, but he's going to survive because he just finds a way to keep jobs somehow.
He is the gift that keeps on taking. It's incredible.
He's literally just like a fucking like a weed
that's-
in your yard.
Literally,
The
if he
weed
didn't
keeps
have a
growing.
father that worked in the NHL, he'd be working a regular ass 9 to 5.
What's that? Nepotism in hockey? No.
I know.
No, I'm shocked.
He really is a weed.
I for one.
We need to chuck him out of hockey, right?
No, he's a bandwagoner.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was all right.
Boo,
you.
Wendy. We are back. Next segment.
Boo, Wendy.
Speaking of management that's being dumb, the Stars
man.
still have not signed Jason Robertson.
What the fuck is their cap
Yeah,
situation
what
right
is-
now? I gotta go take a gander at
They
this.
took a minute to get Ottinger signed, which was
They quite literally have the cap space to sign.
They have
There's no
6.3
excuse.
million. Are you telling me you can't finagle a way to
Sign him for
get
1
him?
year. Sign him for 1 year, and then you get all this dead money off the books. Like you're literally fine. Actually, I'd probably want to get him for 2 years because I'd rather not have him, Hintz, and Gurianov up in the same year.
Ooh, yeah.
That's
yeah.
tough. At least they got Hastings.
yeah,
Like,
wait.
they signed Colin Miller. What?
Yeah, that was like a week ago or
Yeah, they
something.
did.
We were talking about Dallas earlier this week. Like, who was on the right side? Apparently, Colin Miller's on the right
Yeah,
side.
I did.
Okay,
I forgot
Soon to
about
be
that.
Seth Jones.
dude, Scott
Hometown
Wedgwood.
boy.
What a guy.
What a filler. Former
Jacob
Williams and
Peterson.
Legends.
Like,
Scott
I mean,
Wedgwood, elite
dude,
backup.
this team is not good without Jason Robertson. I'll tell you that much right now.
And they
No,
gave
they're
up
not.
a first-round pick for Nils Lundqvist.
Oh, forgot about that. Ouch.
That's
That
who's
is-
on the right side.
Yeah, because Nils Lundqvist is going to get 50 points in like 2 years or whatever the fuck that condition is on the thing.
Yeah.
Ugh, like I'm glad my franchise isn't making stupid decisions like that. But like the Rangers think they're going to be good, so. But you know, let's not like
Why?
these are like you know what Dallas and New York are in very similar situations right now because they are both riding goalies that are on extremely not able to keep that up heaters. So when
Yeah.
they come back down to earth, what's the team going to look like? Dallas has been defensively sound for years. I think they might be able to hold down the fort at least a little. Without Robertson, that becomes tough. New York, without if Shesterkin even comes back down to like pedestrian, I'm curious what happens with that team because they're built like Dallas a lot too, where they're like if their top
Really
guys
are,
don't
yeah.
score, it's gonna be a long season.
It's like you got Adam Fox and company, Mira Heiskanen and company, similar there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Robertson's your Panarin, you know.
Yeah,
guys
I mean, like they
who's
got a
good,
little bit
good
better
with
star
range.
power, I'd say, but like their depth,
Mhm.
Dallas has a little bit better depth. That's the thing where they toss it up. But like
yeah.
they're both relying on goaltending to kind of cover up their
No,
woes.
yeah, it's a crutch.
And I
yeah.
just, I don't know. You're asking a lot out of 24-year-old Ottinger. Like maybe Shesterkin can handle it, but
Yeah,
Ottinger,
there's no guarantee that the Stars make the playoffs, and they just traded a first-round pick, top 10 protected. But like, I don't think they're bad enough that they're going to bottom out to get to a top
gonna
10
give them, like,
position. But I don't
13.
think they're. Yeah, it's going to be like a mid-teens pick, and
And
they're
a
gonna regret
mid-teens
it.
pick in this draft. That's
Money.
money. That's money in the bank. So
exactly.
not sure why they moved that for a project.
I just
listen,
wish-
I like what Jim Nill does. Jim Nill's been pretty good this summer.
Knowing Jim
so.
Nill, he's just going to sign Robertson like next week
Yeah, what we
for like $5 million, and we're all going to be
Remember-
like so stupid.
y'all remember when the Hawks were playing the Stars in 2013? I'll never forget this early season, and they announced the Jamie Benn signing on the jumbotron mid game. One of the most loser things ever. I'm so sorry.
I don't remember that.
Hey,
remember
we
that.
kept our best player. Woo!
Yeah, Art Ross.
Yeah,
Trophy
look
winner.
how well
like if
that's
John
going.
Tavares didn't get his head out of his ass for the last 2 games, John Tavares would have an Art Ross. But nope.
I wish.
Jamie Benn has it. And if Patrick Kane doesn't break his clavicle, he definitely wins it.
Oh, yeah,
We're not getting
definitely.
into that.
If Kane doesn't break himself 2 years in a row, he wins 2 Art Rosses in a row. Just saying.
Here's a question with Dallas, though, because like they're going to get into that situation with their contracts pretty soon. Who gets bought out first, Sagan or Ben?
Sagan. Ben's the captain.
Yeah, probably Sagan. Doesn't Sagan have more injury issues?
Yeah, but Ben only has 3 more years. So it's like
I wouldn't say either. I mean, they're both injury riddled to hell, aren't they?
I don't know, man.
Is it worse for Sagan?
Hey,
Braddock Fox
maybe
is
it
signed for 3 more years. Like, get a grip, Jim Nill. Jesus.
Hey, maybe it's a Minnesota situation where they buy both out at the same time.
That would be so
Ooh.
nasty.
And
Two
both go
teams
to
in the same
Chicago
division
in
doing that shit.
2026 on their Stanley Cup run. Let's
And then
go,
they'll
boys.
lose their Kevin Fiala, who's Jason Robertson. Bye.
Rupe Hintz. Yeah.
Just fucking brutal. Like the team already needs to be better. Like you said, they don't have their first round pick. It's top 10 protected. They were a 1-line team last year with Ruck and Robertson. It was Robertson, Hintz, Pavelski. What in your
That's
right
it.
mind thinks taking one of those 3 away is going to make your offense any better? Like the GM needs to just swallow his pride and pay the kid. Jesus.
I just don't understand how Ben's still in Dallas. It's as far down as you can go in
Jimmy, you said it
America.
earlier. He's the captain. Come on. It's
But
the
you heard me,
intangibles.
right?
He never goes down, ever. Come on now. He's so good.
Tells him never goes.
I'm never ever gonna get over that. Let me see. Jamie Benn played a full season last year with a. He's the Jonathan
Oh, what
Taves
did he
of that team.
produce?
Just senior citizen.
Interesting. Let's look at the numbers.
Interesting. Let's look at Paul Allen's Jamie Benn.
Does he have a Dorsey?
Paul Allen, Jamie Benn pulls up fucking Taylor Radish.
Oh my God.
Pulls up
Shot.
Gavin Hayes.
Yes, sir. Better than
Paul
Blake,
Allen's
by the
cover.
way.
Oh, you know what? I was watching a little prospect scrimmage they had a couple of months ago. I like Gavin Hayes. Hayes and Green, man. 2 little sleepers there. Very much like those. Let's see. Sagan. Come on, stats, please load.
The last relevant thing Sagan did was when they
Whoa.
announced that contract extension. That's literally the last relevant thing he's
He
done.
and Ben actually played full seasons last year.
Yeah,
So
well, that's
first time
because
in a
Sagan,
while.
remember at the end of the COVID year, he had hip surgery. So he literally spent the
Mhm.
whole end of that year and the whole offseason getting healthy. Because after the cup final, he was like dead. So
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, he was.
why did
completely
Sagan only
fucked.
have 2 goals? Yeah, guys, I was playing with like a broken arm and a broken
He
hip.
died.
It's like
No,
you're a
okay,
fucking
no.
idiot. Jesus.
Sagan really okay. Besides that, he hasn't had it too bad. He played 1 game. He played full seasons up until the COVID 57 game year.
But the
So he
thing
hasn't
is,
been
like
as
his
bad.
production dropped off too. And if you play a full
Oh,
season with dropped off
yeah.
production, that's just not a good look.
You want to hear the numbers on that?
Didn't he have like 50 points last year?
I'm gonna pop that back up.
45, something like that. He had like 17
That's-
goals. It wasn't a lot.
Ben had 46. Sagan had
Oof.
24 goals, 25 assists, which is fine, but it is not
It's
what you're
Not 9.5 fine.
my dude. No.
9.5. Oh, I thought it
Seth
was
Jones
8.
had more
They
points.
both
Just-
make 9.5.
Ooh.
I think Sagan actually makes a hair more. Yeah, 9.85 for Sagan. Because
Yeah,
he plays
that's why
center.
I pray to God that Seth Jones never gets a bad injury.
No, and honestly, this is
why
why Jim Neal's getting held by the balls. Because like, if I'm Jason Robertson, I'm like, I'm better than both these schmucks. Give me my money. Like
He
seriously.
is.
And
And
Rope
he's
Hicks is
fucked.
going to do the
He's-
exact same effing thing next year. Like, sorry, like we're actually young and we're going to be here in our prime and be good. You need to pay us right now. And they're like, no, but we have all these 30-year-olds we like. We'll give Ryan Suter a 4-year deal.
Oh, Jamie Benn's got that contract too. Oh,
Yeah, it's bad. And then, you know,
No.
Radek Fox is still there for 3 years.
It's,
Like,
it's worse for Sagan, actually. He's making 9.85. He's essentially making 10 mil. I
Yep.
mean, this is like Taves and Kane, but neither of them are Patrick
But they
Kane.
haven't won a cup and they suck.
they haven't won anything. They're
Yeah,
terrible.
at least with Taves and Kane, you can go, like, it's not going to change it. It's a bad, besides Kane, the Taves contract's bad. You can argue that all day.
Dude,
but
they're lucky
At
that
least
they
you
got
the cups.
think about it. Joe Pavelski was picking between them and Tampa. You are so lucky whoever
Oh.
talked Joe Pavelski into coming to Dallas because Dallas is not nearly as good as they are the last 3 years if Joe Pavelski's not there. And I promise you, right now,
Tampa.
Tampa would have 4 straight cups right now if Joe Pavelski was in Tampa.
Oh, they probably
Yeah.
won last year. if
They
Pavelski
won in
was
2019,
gone.
they win in 2020, and they win in 21, and they win in 22. There's not a doubt in my
That power
fucking
play
mind.
would be
Point and Pavelski in the bumpers. Like, just
That's
good night. Good night. You're done. Like,
Well, you have
Holy shit.
Hedman throwing floaters that Pavelski's putting his stick this way, that way, tipping them in.
Yep.
Like you have that option, and then you have every other option that Tampa
yeah, and then you
has.
just
I
give it
don't
to
even go into
Kucherov, and Kucherov just fucking makes everyone look stupid. Like,
that. Yeah,
in slow
one-timer.
motion, too, because it's always in slow motion.
It's either a blast one timer or he takes the puck, Patrick Kane, that slows it down and makes you, like you said, makes you look silly. Like
Yep.
that. Oh, that would have been nuts. I completely forgot about that. Was he picking between? Was it Dallas, Tampa, Chicago?
I don't think Chicago.
Chicago was never in it. Like, there was a
Yeah.
rumor that he was in it
Yeah.
with Chicago,
Okay.
but it was Dallas and Tampa. That was his big two.
Oh my!
Because I remember that
of
because
course.
they wouldn't shut up about it in the cup final that year. He's like,
Oh,
well, he was
really?
going to go to
Yeah.
either one of these
Yeah.
teams. Fucking host alike. Jesus. And then Corey
Wow.
Perry's like, hold my beer, watch me lose 3
Oh,
straight
it
cups.
was 3 different cup finals with 3 difference.
God,
Mason
that was-
Marchman has 4 years at 4.5.
Oh,
That,
my
Oh, yeah, I
they
forgot they
signed
got Mason
Marchman.
Marchman. That's a good
Forgot
signing.
about that.
it's a good signing if he decides to stay what he is.
I
Guess
mean,
we'll see if
it's
it's
a
a
good
Florida
signing
thing or
for
not.
when you don't have Jason Robertson to start the season.
Don't worry, guys. We don't
Bro,
need
they got
Jason
Tanner
Robertson.
Carroll. Let's fucking go. He's still
Oh, yeah.
around.
Oh.
And he's going to play top 6
Oh.
minutes. Yo, trade
never
Winnipeg.
leaves.
He can play above Mark Scheifele with Blake.
Because he's a good hockey guy, and he does,
He's a Rick Bonus guy.
he sure
Oh,
skates,
dude.
and he plays
DeBoer is
hockey.
definitely going to love him.
Did you see the Rick bonus? So it's like our young defensemen are going to get so many offensive opportunities. I'm like, looks at
Yeah,
Dallas.
good one,
Yeah,
bud.
that's exactly what's going to happen.
Literally was holding back Miro Heiskanen offensively. But go off.
Billy,
like-
I know what? You're going to get more of the same, buddy.
Yeah. Like, oh my God. Dallas is so stupid.
You know what?
For a team that should have
Well,
it
you
easy
know,
because they have no state income tax, you make it very hard on yourselves. Maybe the owner was right a couple years ago.
No, he was.
These dog shit players. Yeah, you were right, bud.
He was just a year ahead. You know. he
Yeah.
was way
No,
ahead of
but
his time.
we don't like when they call out our widow players. They can't get their widow feelings.
It's
hurt.
like the picture. It's like they hate him because he told the truth. And it's just
Literally,
like,
like, oh my God. Like, I remember that was made such a big deal. And they're like, duh, made the cup final. Told ya. And then look at them the last 2 years.
that
They've
was
been
owner
terrible.
owned.
Oh, but they made the playoffs last year and they were 1 goal. I don't care. I don't care. Jake Ottinger's never having a 950
Literally,
in the
Jake
playoffs
Onger
ever
stood
again.
on his brain to get you at a game.
Yeah, because that's going to happen every time you go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Totally. Ask that to Jack Campbell. Yeah, totally. Totally happens every playoff.
Let's,
That's on my team. Anyway,
Sorry, dude. I'm a hater. I don't fucking care.
I read two pecs. Your hatering.
Figure it out.
We will cater to your catering. Anyways, Nathan McKinnon, aka Nate Mack, aka
Nate Dogg.
Nate Dogg, got
aka locker room
a new
asshole.
contract that makes him the highest paid player in the NFL.
Let's talk about this.
Did he
Let's
get his
talk about
number
this.
in the contract?
doubling
Hold on.
his salary now, which is 6.3, and making 100,000 more per year than Connor McDavid. The ultimate.
That
troll.
is.
It could have been like
come on.
10.75, and I'd be like, nah, that's good. But like, no, it had to be 10.6 just to be a troll. I respect
No.
that
You know
so
what he
much.
should have done? He should have done 12.22 and get his junior number in there.
No, it would have had to have been like 12.529 or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's always some. Remember,
Guys,
when-
but remember that article like 4 years ago? Nathan McKinnon's going to take a pay cut. Fuck no.
Yeah.
I love that article actually made its way out into the airwaves like a couple days ago where they're like, yo, I'm taking a pay cut. It's like, if anyone ever thought he was taking a pay cut, you're out of your fucking mind. Everyone else took a pay cut so they could pay him. That's how that, like,
Exactly.
sorry, Kale McCarr should get that
I think
contract, not
Nathan McKinnon, I think, is underpaid. I don't think he took a pay cut, but I still think he's underpaid. Like, that's the thing about good players. You
Their
can
whole
pay
team
them-
is
yeah.
underpaid, bro.
Mhm.
Jesus. Like,
What was
Kale
Landeskog
McCarr is
get, like,
making $3
$7?
million less. That's so fucked. That's
Yeah,
so
wait, what
fucked.
is-
5 more years as
I'm
well.
just-
Like,
I'm just gonna
ridiculous.
pop up their cap friendly. It just
They're cap friendly. Like, their bottom
Yeah.
6 is weird, but, like, that's it. Everything else looks fucking amazing.
Oh no! they're
that's
both-
literally
Oh, no, you have to start
literally the
Sampo Ranta.
championship
Like,
Blackhawks.
fuck you.
That's the top 6 is great. The bottom 6 you
Oh,
can
no,
flip
they have
around.
Evan Rodriguez. Oh,
I was just gonna
no.
say that's a solid pickup though. That's a nice pickup. He's gonna
Oh
fit
no,
in
Martin
really
Howard's
well
gonna have to
Fucking
make
hate this
this year
team.
finally. Oh no!
Yeah,
Oh, no,
Landeskog
Alex
7 mil.
Newhook. Yo, Curtis McDermott might actually play games. Get excited.
Let's go. He's
Oh,
taking
man.
over the Jack
That's-
Johnson role.
Dude,
That's
Alex
tough.
Georgiev's making 3.5 mil. What?
Yeah, Landeskog was 59 points, 51 games. Like, and he makes 7 mil. Like you said, this team, like, damn.
Landeskog took a huge pay cut to stay in Colorado. People
Oh
forget.
yeah, you got Rantanen. Okay, Rantanen's making.
Well, they gave him and
9.5.
Nichushkin the same kind of deal. They were like, listen, we'll give you less money, but I want 8 years. That's like what they said.
Rantanen making less money than Mitch Marner is like fucking crying shame.
Kale
Wow,
McCarr making
that's
less
nice.
money than every good defenseman in the NHL is a problem. Okay, he makes less than Seth Jones, Darnell Nurse, like all these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
like,
that.
Adam
Bobby
Fox.
Hamilton.
Oh my
Yep.
goodness.
Yep.
Joe
Makes less than
Sassy
all
needs
of
a
them.
kiss
Makes less
on
than
the
Charlie
lips.
McAvoy.
Holy shit.
Well, that one's like the only
Nichushkin?
close one.
Dude, Nichushkin taking $6 million. What a
Because he
that's
got 8
gonna-
years. He got 8 years. You can't really
He-
pass up that kind of time.
He could
Dude,
really
so that's
that
almost
could
50 million
age
over
well.
8 years. That's pretty
That's
good.
either gonna age really well or really fucking bad. Just depending on where his body goes, I feel.
It's 100%. You're right, Jimmy. It's the body.
And a no
It's like-
movement clause as
yeah.
well.
He earned it.
One of
he
only
earned it.
one of only 3
earned it.
people on the team that'll have it.
Dude, they're
Ryan
so
Kelly.
going through their Washington phase now. They're paying all their guys.
Yeah,
Which is
pay-
fine because they
yeah,
actually have good players
Yeah.
to pay. It's not like Washington locking up like I don't even know for 8 years. Oh yeah, John Carlson. Lol.
Ah,
Remember when we wanted him?
Yeah.
yeah, remember when, yeah,
That was
no,
also like 5 years ago. Shit.
it was
changed.
him,
No.
Tavares, and Tavares, Pavelski.
Listen, Tavares actually like took an interview with Stan Bowman, which is surprising. Like,
Ooh.
couldn't even believe that shit. He had like all these good teams, and then he throws a crappy ass
He's going
Blackhawks in
inside.
the mix.
He just wanted to be involved.
Sneaking my man blood in there. Jesus Christ. What is blood doing? Please explain. Oh my god, this team is a mess.
While we're on the topic of the Blackhawks, let's get on to that, shall we? Because we love talking about the Chicago Blackhawks, don't we, gentlemen?
Do we?
No, we fucking hate it.
We
Um,
really don't. Like, I wish I could just jump in a time machine to freaking July.
So 30 minutes from now, however long we take talking about it. Yeah.
Oh, I just meant like just skim through the whole season. I don't need to see the season.
Oh yeah.
Give me the off season. Let's see what we get.
I just
We'll
want
go
to
from there.
I really just want to fast forward to the draft. That's really it.
But it's
the
just
only game I'll care about watching is the Hofer retirement game, but other than that, I don't care. Jim Bob, what are you eating there? Craisins?
Not
Great.
sponsored, by the way.
I would
not
do the
spawns.
Not sponsored, by the
Yo.
way. Just so you know.
Hashtag not
Sponsor
spawns.
us. Sponsor us. We can have DraftKings and Craisins.
Dude, if Craisins could sponsor us, dude, taste test. I'll taste
That
test.
sounds like
I
my
got
kind of Sunday night. Am I right? Craisins and DraftKings.
Jimmy,
That-
speaking of Blackhawks, we're gonna talk about good shit. Jimmy, we're taking a road trip to Madison the 2nd and 3rd of December.
Yo.
Really?
Michigan versus Wisconsin hockey, 2 days.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
fucking
We're
awesome.
doing it. We're doing it.
I wish it wasn't like it's too expensive to get to Minnesota, or else I'd go see Michigan play Minnesota.
Dude,
But
Frank Nazar, Mr. Number 91, mini
Frankie!
slammer right there. Woo! That. Oh man.
and then they're like at
Dude,
Notre
I-
Dame too, so like we could go to that one, but
And then potential
Please.
future Blackhawk Adam Fantilli.
real, honestly. So
Oh my god.
I'm telling
If
you
the
right
Hawks-
now, like that's my gut feeling. If they get number 2, they're going Fantilli. That's just
Oh
would
yeah,
be
I know they're not
perfectly
going Mishkov. They
fine.
probably should, but
they should. You're right,
yeah,
100%.
but
I-
no.
Fantilli fits the mold.
Unless they
more.
have a bunch of confidence in Nazar as a center, that's like the one thing.
I
'cause,
think
like,
they do.
I didn't know
Everyone
everyone
had
had this much faith in Nazar as a center. I thought he was going to be a winger, honestly.
He
like,
plays a bit
Everyone
more
we've
like a
had on
winger.
the show so far thinks he's the center.
That's what I'm saying though. Like I didn't know this many people like had that potential in him. So I'm
As
interested
long-
to see where he plays in Michigan.
As long as he can win faceoffs, Kirby Doc, you know, as long as he
Dude,
can.
if he's like
win more
45%, I
Dude,
don't
if
give a
he's
shit.
exactly. If he's even 45%, I'm like,
Dude,
That's a-
that was the
that's a
problem. Like
12.
Schmaltz and Doc were both
Yeah.
under 30, which is
Yeah.
like you can't do that. That's why I got on
Yeah.
that. That's like I don't get on players who have like a 45% face-off percentage.
no.
Oh,
I
yeah,
get on you
no.
if you have like a 33% face-off percentage because that just means you're
Right.
just putting you. That just means you're literally putting your stick on the ice and not doing anything. And I've seen it from Doc too.
What
That's why I'm
is
saying
blood doing?
you literally just. I'm just gonna stick my backhand down there, and then Ryan O'Reilly's like, "Yeah, I'm eating your lunch, kid." Like
Yeah,
my
it's
favorites
terrible.
every time they post like Jonathan Taves working on someone with face-offs, and Taves is just
Oh,
eating
he's
their
just
fucking
moving
lunch
them, Yeah.
because he's literally top 10 face-off dude in the league. Like
And has
My favorite
been for
thing
his
was-
whole career, like right ever since he got to the
he's
NHL.
gotten
He's like
better,
above
arguably. He's
50%.
almost at like
Yeah.
60% now. It's crazy.
Who is?
Taves.
He's. Oh, let me do that.
Taves was like high 50s last year. He was like 59, I want to say. Like he was up there with like
I thought that
Giroux
he
and
was
like
still
O'Reilly.
at
And that's
contending
why
teams
he's
on trade
Captain
free.
Serious, baby.
I think the lowest it's ever been is like 53%. Like he's just
53.
that's so stupid. That's like
Yeah.
so stupid.
So,
But
are
like
we
that's the
gonna
problem though.
get
Hawks fans have
to,
been spoiled with great face-off men. Like they had Kruger too. Like Camp
Kruger
wasn't even
was
that
nuts.
bad. Like
You know what's crazy is that Kruger used to be dog shit at face-offs, and then he worked with Yannick Perreault over the course of a season, and then Yannick Perreault, one of the best face-off men of all time.
Bonzus was like 50%, and Eastmoff was like low or high 40s. Like
Yeah.
Strome got better. Like that's one thing I love about Strome. He got way better at face-offs the last 2 years.
Oh, Taves was 0.02% away from 60 last year.
I wasn't kidding, dude. He was really good.
That's-
There was a lot of stuff in Taves' game that, like, if he just scored like 2 goals in the first 25 games, he would have been fine. But like, the dude was snake bitten for the first half of the season.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Gee, I wonder why he was snake bitten. Couldn't have had a lot on the mind or anything. No.
Yeah. So, do we want to get into that?
Do we?
I don't
Yeah,
want
we really
to.
want to,
Should we?
What are we talking about with the Blackhawks? What is this segment?
There's a bunch of shit. It's like we could start off with Ian Mitchell breaking his
Let's talk about the fun
Oh,
stuff.
dude, that's
please.
such a bad. He literally. That's
It's
the.
bad fucking
It's like the
stuff.
same shit that happened to Caleb Jones last year. It's like you're gonna have your perfect opportunity to play on the third pair.
Literally his perfect opportunity, not only to play because he's a right-hand defenseman, like automatically has a leg up on all these other left-handed guys. He could have played on the second pairing. Like he was great in Rockford last year. Like this was his chance to really prove it. He's still could, but like he severely hurt his chances.
Now he's
sucks.
coming in mid-November. Like someone's
Yeah.
probably arguing to have a
With the-
groove on the third pair by then. Like
And those wrist injuries, I'm not trying to get ahead of myself, but those wrist injuries, they linger.
they come back to bite you, dude. Like,
Yeah,
you've seen it.
so that really sucks.
What injury doesn't come back to bite you and linger you? Really, like
Honestly, like from what I've seen, like when you break your clavicle, that shit just
that's like the one thing.
Yeah. I was like, that breaks and you're
Yeah.
good. Like
Mhm.
there's a couple things where it's clean break and you're like you tear a pec, you tear it clean off the bone. That's like can't really get worse.
Because Patrick Kane broke his clavicle and he's probably gotten better since he did. And same with Connor McDavid, like
Dude,
Yeah.
McDavid's just like, I just gotta get faster. Word.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's such a fucking bad break from Mitchell because like McCabe was gonna be out too. Like we
Mhm.
heard that from Scott Powers.
Apparently he's further along. He's like further along. Like he's only a few weeks away. Like he might be in like early November or something.
That'd be
Mhm.
good. Team's
Yeah.
definitely gonna need that because Jack Johnson playing every game is not gonna be a fucking good thing.
What
But
do
like,
you mean? Okay.
but here's the thing though, like that now you're gonna actually have good opportunity because we kind of talked about it over the summer. Like there's gonna be too many defensemen come camp. Now that some guys are banged up, like we might actually get to see a Vlasic or a Regula opening night, which I didn't think we were originally.
Maybe
Vlasic and
I don't think
Jones.
we're gonna see Vlasic. They were kind of talking like they want to put him in Rockford this year. Really,
Oh,
Which
like,
is
give him
probably a good
top
thing.
minutes.
Let him eat all the top minutes there down there.
because he played good with Seth Jones last year. Like in
I
his
think
short
it's
time.
either you do that, playing with Jones, or put him in the Rockford. You know,
They might just give him. They might give him some preseason games and see if he sinks or swims with Jones. And if he swims, like kind of
They've
hard
been
to sit him
pairing-
down.
apparently they've been pairing him with Jones at training camp as well.
They were
So-
doing it last year, and he looked really solid with Jones. Because like for a big dude, for guys like 6'7", Alex Vlasic can actually skate relatively well, like for his size.
Yeah.
So like moving the puck out of his own end is not as much of a trouble
No,
as I thought it would.
Not really a strong suit, but like he can skate and defend quite well for
Exactly.
someone at that age and height.
I thought his puck handling would have been a lot worse for his size. Let's put it that way. From the way he was
Well, he's-
touted, I would have thought his puck handling was way worse. But the guy can at least be serviceable with the puck.
And
Not
that's
saying
why
he's
they're-
good, not even saying
Yeah.
he's like, but he's serviceable. And that's all.
And
You're
that's what
right.
they got.
He's
They
the
have a
next
bunch of
Duncan
these
Keith.
guys that can play that style of game. Nolan Allen as well. Like a lot of the guys in the minors kind of have that same game, and that's why
Isaac
you
Phillips
drafted-
kind of has that game.
Yeah, that's why you drafted Kevin Korchinski because he can do all that and actually move the puck. And
Oh, yeah.
Dude, how did they give away number 8 so fast? This is fucked up.
What?
What?
Oh no, somebody's wearing it on the Blackhawks.
Is it Jack
Oh.
Johnson? I'm pretty sure it's Jack Johnson.
It is.
Is it?
It is. No,
Wow.
I can already
What?
tell you that.
Why is Jack Johnson wearing my favorite number?
No,
Like,
there's
Because
nobody
he's your
else
favorite
looks like
player.
Jack
That's
Johnson.
why.
real.
That man is all shoulders. It's insane.
Who? Jack Johnson?
Yeah, that man is all shoulders.
Listen, I love the guy. It's just as a hockey player, he's
Oh, he's awesome. Jack
Dude, I don't
Johnson's
even mind him as a
best guy.
he's just gonna be playing like
Yeah.
top 4 minutes or something.
And that's not, and
That's-
like,
yeah.
I don't think he wants to be doing that either. You know? Like,
Yeah, Jack's just like, I'm just happy to be here, guys. I just
yeah,
want a cup.
exactly.
I just want a cup. I'm just happy to be here.
Lots of Domi and Kane. I like that.
Yeah, we all kind of predicted that.
Jack Johnson spinorama on Patrick Kane. Are you serious?
Uh-oh. Get the parade ready. Here we go.
Yeah, literally, it's just like the side comparison of him scoring on the breakaway against the Blackhawks and that.
No, what was it you or Jimmy? Was it you or Pierce that posted like, oh man, like why would you even talk about Jack Johnson? And like Tate in the comments is like, respect Jack Johnson, posts his 1 goal from last year against Chicago.
Yeah, I think that might have been Jimmy. I don't think that was me.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
Yeah, that was great.
Good.
I do respect Jack Johnson. I do. I
It's
will
like,
admit.
you better. He's got his own goal
better.
against.
It looks
I mean,
like they're
he's
putting
scoring
him
an own
with
goal this year.
looks like they're putting him with Murphy,
Brandon Manning moment.
which a couple of American boys.
Can
in
you just
Philly
get one good defensive partner ever, please? Like Jesus.
Yeah, they got McCabe, and we're all excited for that. And then McCabe turned into a pumpkin. And then we
It
turned
wasn't
off.
even that. They just had like
Nah.
they had no chemistry together. That was the
Yeah.
problem. Like McCabe was fine when he wasn't
McCabe
with
had a
Murphy.
fine year. It's just everything went to shit last year. Maybe
I'm pretty sure McCabe broke his career high in points, and no one talked
Yeah,
about
he did.
it.
I'm pretty sure.
Like-
McCabe was perfectly fine last
Well, I
year.
mean-
He was exactly what I kind of thought he was going to be.
Yeah,
It's just
me
like
too.
those first he had like the first 20 games were rough because he wasn't good under Colleton.
It was for the whole team though. Like who
Exactly,
was good?
100%. And then after that, he had that really bad injury in like January, and he came back and he wasn't the same for like a month, and that was the big thing. So like, I don't know, like you said, Pierce, I thought he was pretty good for what he was.
Yeah, and that's the thing with this team is like
Better than
a lot of
Dahan.
these- Yeah, like this team is scrappy. Like there's a lot of just like watching this from like 2019. Like there's so many more. Like I'm pretty sure that was the last time they had something like this. Like where they had like the training camp and stuff. At least
Oh.
like full on out. Like where you have guys that are actually competing. You don't have guys like Alex Nylander that are kind of just there, like waiting for the puck to go their way. No, they have they have like Colin Blackwell. You have Sam Lafferty that are like they skate around like their hair is on fire. They just bring that energy. You see like Kyle Davidson and Luke Richardson vision for what they want this team. I think we saw the press conferences like, yeah, we do want to win games, but I think they know, particularly in the back of their minds, particularly Kyle Davidson, like they're not going to win a lot of games. It's going to be a
Kyle
rough year,
Davidson
but-
knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah,
with that goaltending
exactly.
tandem. That's all I'm gonna say. Like,
Mhm.
and my dad was talking to me about this, right? Because, like, like Dom Lecision posted this thing of like, oh, the projected standings for the Blackhawks, and like goes through all the shit and whatever, and they're like, oh, they might be too good to be bad. And then my dad's just like, this shit makes me want to throw up. They're wasting us. I was like, Dad, don't ever discount like 850 goaltending because you will never win any fucking games with that amount
Or an
of
injury.
goaltending.
Yeah,
Dude,
people
literally-
underrate how much goaltending matters, and not
Did
just.
you not watch
their
the
own
Blackhawks the
awards.
2 years Crawford was
Yeah,
there? Like,
exactly.
like, 8
Literally,
goals
if
a game.
Crawford's not like a 920, like they're bottom of the league. Like
Literally.
that's how
Yeah.
bad they were.
Bottom 3 at least.
That's why, like, I get. That's why Pierce. I would talk to you guys. I'd be so torn. I'd just be like, you didn't have to blow it up. It kind of already sucked. You just had to not have a goalie. But like,
Yeah.
now you're really gonna suck. So you better fucking hope. If you're gonna suck, you just all the way down.
Oh yeah.
Bottom
No,
of
that
the barrel.
Mrazek Stalock pairing is.
And
As
knowing our luck,
tank
Mraz
as
is
you
gonna be
get.
920, and we're just gonna be like, this is so fucking dumb.
No, but then we trade him like Buffalo did to all their goalies that one year. It's like, no, you're too good. Get out of here.
That
Get the
was
fuck out of
was
here.
it-
We're trying to
was it,
get
Michael
Eichel.
Neuvirth?
There's the door.
Michael Norvith gets 2 shouts in a row, and they trade him.
Colin Blackwell gets a hat trick. Get him out.
That's it. That's
Can't
enough.
do it.
First
Send
round
his
pick
ass
for
to
you.
Colorado.
To Colorado.
Colorado.
No, to Tampa because they need the cap hit.
South Park, Denver.
Low cap hit for their next Blake Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
It's their next Blake Coleman. Colin Blackwell with Brandon Hagel. Now that's gonna be.
And
fun.
Nick Paul. With the
So I thought Dylan was joking about top line Blackwell.
why would I be joking about that? I'm
Yeah.
very serious.
I just thought it was funny.
I'm super serial.
I'm,
Now I'm
super
looking at these
serious.
highlight. I'm looking at these little videos.
Isn't he
and,
with Tyler Johnson too?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
Colin
That
Blackwell,
is-
Jonathan Taves, and Tyler Johnson. Baby.
I
That
actually really don't
line-
mind that one.
Oh, I'm not gonna
You
lie.
know, that'd be
line-
a perfect third line on a contending team. Would it not?
Yes.
Be a perfect fourth line to continue.
Yeah, that too. Bottom 6 line, you know?
I did, like honestly,
Taves is
one of
a
my only
contending
hopes for this
for
year
his
is
team.
Tyler Johnson plays like over 60 games. Because
I just hope he stays healthy, man.
for the
Like,
love of God.
the whole team,
Yeah.
basically, like, there's so many injury issues last year, and that's why I think a lot of these players have stuff to prove. Because like Mrazek was bad last year in Toronto, like
Really.
Tommy was inconsistent after the
This
season.
dude's like,
was rough.
really? Yeah.
Mm,
Alex
mm.
Stalock basically hasn't played like the past little bit because of health issues. Like you look at the defense, like Jake McCabe, like he was injured last year. He wants to get in there. like Seth Jones, like I thought he had a.
Oh, and
you could
for all the ragging we do on the goal, dude, so good.
he was
for Alex
arguably the most
Stalock, man.
consistent like
So
Blackhawk
good.
last year, and probably the best defenseman that like defensive performance they've had out of defenseman since like Duncan Keith, like in 2015.
Oh,
probably.
100%.
Yeah, but he was a minus 40, so he sucked.
Oh yeah,
minus
that
40.
completely. Yeah, that
Yeah,
completely-
because the Hawks are bad and he played a bunch. Like it's
Yeah.
that was gonna happen regardless.
Whoa.
I think.
I knew he was we all knew he was a minus. I didn't know it was fucking holy.
Dude, you know how many like -4 nights he had? Because like they would just throw him out there for 30 minutes, like, and then people would be like, "He's
Yeah.
bad," and it's like, bro, he's out there for half the game, and they're getting caved for like 90% of the game. Of course, he's gonna have bad stats.
and not his own fault for all of that
Jesus
too.
Christ. And
He was
also,
he was very
speaking of
solid
Jones,
last year.
that guy's gonna score more this year too. He hit the post like 8 times last year.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
He hit the post way more than like he had like Patrick or Brandon Sodlove was a post hitter.
Yeah, I had 5
Nope.
goals last year.
Oh,
I
he's
think
gonna change his curve and never be good again. Oh no.
Dude, the fact that he like it was a bad year and he had 50 points, like that's good. That's what you want. And like now he
If
seems like
that's
he's
what
had
it
the
takes to be
offseason.
bad, then okay.
Yeah, if that's bad, then cool. Like we'll be bad. Like and everyone's like, bro, but it's the contract. It's like he's gonna be the only fucking contract here in like a year. So just give it
And
to
you know
him.
what? Like we saw Seth
Yeah.
Jones comments. Like you need people that are going to be here through this. Like
He's the
I
next
brought-
captain. He's basically
I
the
brought
next
this up.
captain.
I brought this up as a comparison.
I'm fine
but
with that
look
personally.
at Eric Johnson in Colorado. That guy was there forever, signed a long-term contract. A lot of years where they didn't make the playoffs, were kind of a mediocre team, and like look, Colorado built around that and got more players, and he was kind of a secondary guy, but he was still there, won the Stanley Cup when he was older. So I guess that's best case for Seth Jones. But yeah, like you need players. You can't like they've pretty much stripped it down as bare as they could. Like there's still Jonathan Taves, Patrick Kane there, and Seth Jones.
They're up.
Listen,
They're up at the end of the
Listen,
year.
he who shall not be named was right about one thing. You can buy a lot of things. You can't buy a number 1 defenseman.
No.
And for right now,
yeah, what he gave up for him, yeah.
well, yeah, I mean, like in free agency is what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
he could have, but we're just like, I don't think Dougie Hamilton's a 1, but we're not getting into that.
No.
No,
He's
Seth
a-
Jones had a better year than Dougie Hamilton. I'll say that right now.
That
Dougie
is
Hamilton
true.
also broke his jaw, but we're just not going to get into that.
That as well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Dougie
his
Hamilton
fault,
had
but,
really
you
bad,
know.
bad injury luck last year, ironically. Like, he was out, I think, multiple times.
It's a New Jersey thing. It's just in the water.
It's a Jersey.
Oh, no,
thing.
New Jersey wasn't good? Oh, my God, I thought they were
Let's
literally
spend another
gonna win
10
the cup
minutes
this
getting
year.
into that.
I went to a new I remember Pierce doing the podcast after going to that New Jersey game out over in Newark, and I will never ever go to a New Jersey game again.
Oh, I know you're talking about me. I'm like, when the hell did I go?
No,
to
I
that?
remember.
no,
Did you go to, like,
no,
a
no, no,
Flyers
no, 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 no.
Devils game, Jimmy, or something like
Flyers,
that?
Devils. Yeah, I was out in Philadelphia.
That's a
yeah.
I
terrible
remember that.
game
I
to
know.
go to. Holy shit,
No.
that's a shit
It
show.
was so bad.
have it in
And
middle.
the fans are the war. Oh, Jersey fans are just
It's just a Jersey
stinking up the
It's
fucking
New
joint.
York South. Like, it's terrible.
Yeah, it was a mess. Homophobic, this, that, everywhere. It was just, it was
Welcome to
horrible.
the Northeast, Jimmy, where no one gives a shit. That is
Yeah.
literally the Northeast.
It's beyond nobody gives a shit. I've
Like, go to a
nobody gives
Boston
a
College
shit.
hockey
D'Angelo
game, and you
grew
will
up,
be
that's a
just mind-numbed with the amount of shit people are saying.
That sounds incredible. No, at least Boston College would be an exciting game, so I wouldn't give half a shit.
Boston College.
No, we go to BU so we can see Comesso real.
Oh, that would actually be
Get excited.
true.
And Ryan Green.
Ooh,
Oh, yes. Yes.
Jimmy's like, oh yeah.
Ryan Green, baby. I'm so high on that guy. He's gonna be a fun player.
I haven't even really
Maybe
looked at their
next
second round
episode,
picks. I mainly just looked at the first, and I know Ludwinski's like a gadget player. That's like what I figured from
Nice
him.
to have those.
But he's hurt
But,
now. Yay.
Oh yeah,
Same
he
with
and Colton Dock.
Yay.
Colton Dock, apple doesn't fall far from the trees in concussion protocol.
Colton
That's-
Dock, who owns Jesper Wallstedt apparently. Love that.
No,
Mhm.
you know who owns like real estate in Wild fans' heads? Riley McKay, Reagan's favorite player.
Oh yes.
They're like, ugh, can't stand how many times they compare this to Andrew Shaw. It's like, bro, he just hits. It's a prospect tournament. Take a chill
It
pill.
ain't that serious, I promise.
It ain't that fucking
It
deep.
is.
You're never seeing him in the
Yeah,
NHL.
everyone takes that way too seriously. Like the Sens and Habs fans that were beefing, I'm like, shut up. You're just both awful.
Everyone taking that
you
seriously when
see-
someone hurts Lucas Reichel. Rip his head off!
With his head.
Duality.
Hold up, I need to read something off here. If
Go
you
ahead.
like this, Pierce.
Oh yeah. Will I?
Maybe. Depends what it
Perhaps.
is. Da, da,
Okay,
da,
this is a
da,
great
da.
radio.
Do, 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 do.
Okay, Jimmy, please pull it up. I'm
Fuck, where is it? No, the Leafs. Where is that? Okay, maybe.
How would
Okay,
we
I'm
make
looking at the
this
run
about the
shot.
Leafs?
How can we make this about the?
Well, you talked about Habs and Sens fans fighting. There was a Habs fan that tweeted. Habs fan that tweeted yesterday, and wasn't it? They were like, in 8 years, all in their prime. Matthews equals Slavkovsky. Caulfield equals Marner.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Wait, where was that? Where was that?
I don't know. I did
Oh, it
see
was
that.
so good. Like, I love preseason bullshit, dude. Like, Slavkovsky makes one hit, and then suddenly Leafs and Habs fans are just like this for the next week. It's beautiful.
Week? No, that's like a whole year. That's a
It's
season.
gonna be throughout the
Cool.
season. Yeah. It's just starts off that way. It's just the most ridiculous arguments. It's really something. But that's hockey fandom, I guess.
That's hacky for you. Yeah, bud.
Totally not toxic.
No.
Speaking of toxic hockey culture.
Woo! Yay.
Boo.
Yeah.
Boo,
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 Wendy.
boo.
Yeah. So
Uncomfortable conversation must be had. Let's get into it.
yeah, let's get into it. Yeah. No more wasting time. So yeah, like I bring this up every podcast. It seems like I'm beating a dead horse. Like there's always like last year we had the whole Kyle Beach stuff. It fucking sucks. Like, and now this year it's the Hockey Canada stuff. That stuff still hasn't been resolved. And like obviously everyone's like, oh, I wonder which players did it. And like when obviously the main thing is like the victim, the survivor is like, I just hope she and her family have the solace and comforting that they need. Like that's always gonna be the main thing. But like there's still a lot of questions to be answered. Like Hockey Canada, like there's so many aspects to it. Like the leader's still there. Like Scott Smith, who was basically been like, he wasn't like the top guy there, but like he was basically part of Hockey Canada for like 30 years. Either way, way too long. He's outwarmed like his welcome. Like he should not be there and outstayed his welcome, whatever the fuck this thing is. Like he should not be there. Like there should, like they need to get rid of everyone at Hockey Canada who's involved. They're like the whole thing with hockey culture is it starts right at the grassroots level. This is why all these players are so monotone and so boring. You're like taught to be this way. Oh, it's a I before me, you know. But then at the same time, like
Oh my god.
a teammate is in trouble. No, that's when you start to be an asshole. Like there's just so many problems with hockey culture. It goes right down to grassroots. It starts right at when you're being a 5-year-old playing on your first team. Like,
and the problem is that
burn it down all to the ground.
Hockey players are proud of hockey culture. Like,
Yeah,
you mentioned
Connor
the
McDavid,
grassroots.
I love to
They
be
wear
part
that
of
shit
Hockey
with their
Canada.
chest. They say that shit with their chest. They say it with pride. And
Here's-
it's sickening.
You nailed it when you said it starts at the grassroots, because I mean that's why I bring up, you know, even just playing like high school hockey, you see the culture all the way down there. It's the same stuff we talk about in this podcast, you know. Just I mean, we can, you know, there's the basics, you know, the homophobia, the racism, this and that,
The
but
basics.
The
Jesus.
basics.
That should tell you
Yeah.
everything.
for
right there.
hockey culture, that's
Yeah.
the basics. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
That should tell you
And
everything right there.
but when then you get into these, you know, into sexual assault and allegations, and if I could tell you some of the things I've been told by people regarding my situation and other people's situations, it's not taken seriously whatsoever.
No.
It's not in hockey. It just isn't.
And
And
that's just like
I
a
don't know.
microcosm of culture too. Like we as a culture society don't take sexual assault seriously. It's facts.
Not enough. Not
Yeah,
enough.
not enough.
Yeah, not enough people, and just not as strongly as we should, in my opinion. I think we
Nope.
can always, you know, we can always learn more, but I feel like enough people haven't, you know, they don't tap into this stuff. They don't read about this because it's uncomfortable, and sure it is, but this needs to be talked about. This needs to be focused on. We can't
What's
just
the whole
brush
Black
this
Girl
off.
Hockey Club thing? Get uncomfortable.
Get uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Yep.
if you want change,
Love
you gotta come outside of your comfort zone. You think it's bad for you? Think about the actual people that have to live with
Seriously.
this every single day for the
Like,
rest of
if
their life.
you've experienced it and it's triggering for you, no one's making you do it. But I'm talking just everyday people, people with first world problems, neurotypical people that don't that haven't had to deal with this. I mean, shit, I know people that have dealt with this and they're talking, plenty about this. So how come the people who haven't dealt with it, how come you can't speak
Be an
about
ally.
it? The least, like, I feel like I'm yelling at air to an extent, and I feel bad for that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess you just kind of, I don't know. It's
That's
sad.
the thing with this discussion. Like,
Disheartening.
it's like, yeah, that and like change. It happens so slowly that you almost don't notice it. But like, and it just feels at times when we have this discussion every week, we're just spinning our wheels in the mud because nothing's changed, and it sucks. It really does. Like, you
It's just
want
a giant waiting game at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It is, and yeah, at least there's less playing detective and more focus on, like you said, just helping the victim, really.
And not only that, there just needs to be systemic change to the sport, and until that happens, this is going to keep happening. So that's the worst part. We said this a year ago with the Kyle Beach stuff. Like, this is not the last time we're going to see this. Like, this is only the first time it's made publicized.
What's the saying? It's not that it's going to happen. It's how we handle it if it does happen.
No,
you need to be. What is it? Like, not proactive, but like, you need to be precautionary, not reactionary.
Mm-hmm.
And the NHL has been extremely reactionary, and not even in a good way over the last 24 months.
Yep. So, and I really think this.
And it's not even NHL; it's hockey in general. It's IIHF, it's fucking Hockey Canada. I mean, hell, USA Sports was under it for a while. Like,
it goes down to the roots. Pierce couldn't have said it better. It goes down to the fucking roots. That's why there needs to be a movement with this kind of stuff. That's what it's going to take.
Yeah, but the players don't speak out anyway, so that's not going to happen. This isn't like the NBA or the NFL where players have personalities and actually have platforms and talk. These guys are literally yes men. Like, that's what it comes down to.
It's not
no personality, no spine, no nothing. Like,
it's going to take a whole new generation. It really has to. I mean, this is you look at like abuse in families, and the cycle continuing, and you see the abuse here, the cycle continues, and to break that cycle, it's going to take a lot of unlearning the habits that have been taught to people from the very basic bottom of hockey and sports in general. Hockey's not exclusive to the toxic culture inside the locker room.
No, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Like, in our
but I think it's fair to say that hockey has it maybe the worst. I don't think it's crazy to say that. I don't. And I hate saying that. I love the sport with all my heart, but really there's got to be a change from the bottom up, and it's got to be swift, it's got to be strong, and it has to be sincere. And the last thing the NHL right now is sincere.
They don't give a shit. They don't care. Like,
Yeah.
Connor McDavid.
Why should we? If they're like, we should care for the victims and stuff. But like, why should we care what this league does if they don't even care?
Fair enough. Oh, yeah.
I care for the victims. I hope they get the peace they need. I hope they get the closure they need. I hope the people who obviously are the accusers, they get fucking punished. But like, till this shit changes, like, it's just gonna be a fucking slap on the wrist. Like, okay, I'm not even trying to compare sports, but like, you guys seen what's going on with the Celtics right now, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
They no one even knows what happened. Automatically suspended him for a year. That's not the NHL. That's the fucking, or the NBA. That's the fucking team doing it. That's how you handle shit like this.
Mm-hmm.
But what does the NHL do? Oh, all these guys can get paid. They can go to training camp.
You know what it is? It's
lives.
A bunch of big like people just saying, no, he'll deal with it, and then another being like, no, he'll deal with it. No, nothing ever gets done.
Trickle all the way down, and then nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Same shit happened with the Kyle Beach shit. Like, what was it? John McDonough
no one took responsibility. That's the big thing. It's like, no, he'll do it. No, he'll take care of it. No, he'll take care of it. No, that guy will do it. No, there's no responsibility.
Take some fucking initiative for once.
Yeah, there's no one to step up and do the right thing, and that's the whole problem with this. Like, Connor McDavid, your best player, who should be your most marketable player, but has the personality, like, just zero personality. So boring. Says loud and proud with his chest, oh, I love to be part of Hockey Canada. Not even the bare minimum of saying I sympathize with the survivor of this. Nothing. And then we see people like Cale Makar saying that, we applaud him because he does the bare minimum. That's how low the bar is right now.
Yeah.
Bar is below the Earth's crust. It always
insane
has
right
been.
now.
And it's
For
like
me
when
now.
Kale McCarr literally just like does the bare minimum, people are applauding him. It's just like
And not to
Just
like shit on Kale
sucks.
McCarr, but like it
no,
just
it's
shows you
not.
where
It's
we
just
are.
like the
No.
fact that this is what
Yeah.
good is in this sport, and it's
Mhm.
not even good. It's kind of annoying.
It's the bare minimum. It's the least.
Very
you can do.
annoying.
Guys, Adam Gaudette won a board battle. Give him the fucking Selkie.
What a way to switch.
Dude,
things
Leafs
up.
fans are already fucking blowing it out of proportion. Like, we're back, baby. Let's
I'm,
go.
gonna, I'm name searching
First
Gaudette
preseason
right
game,
now.
we're dropping clips of a board battle. God, we are so back. Jesus, we are so back. Sorry. Like,
Oh my god.
I don't mean to
let's
change-
go.
I don't mean to
Transition
change the
for-
subject.
We gotta take a sharp right turn.
yeah, I don't mean to change the subject, but when the first thing I see when I open Twitter is that, I gotta laugh.
You got a Toronto laugh it off, man.
Real.
Ooh.
Yeah, but end of the day, sport's not going to change. What else is new? It makes
Nothing.
me sad every day.
Yeah, it really does, man. Like I just want like hockey is for everyone. It should be for everyone. And
But it isn't right now. It literally isn't right now. You can't say it is.
Yeah, no, it isn't.
Like people who
it's
say
not
that,
for
you're
everyone.
lying
Yeah,
right now. It's
like,
not.
it
You
is
could
for
try to
everyone
make it
until-
that, but it's not. Sorry.
I guess they're right in the sense that like homophobes and racists are allowed to be part of it, but like hockey should be right or like for the right people, you know, the people that actually care and aren't shitty people.
Whatever, though. It's just stupid.
Yeah, and that's the whole frustrating thing about this is like change isn't gonna happen. Like, and if it does, it happens so slowly. Like, there's never gonna be like a huge drastic change where everything just changes like
They're
that.
barely going to move the needle. It would literally have to take some fucking crazy ass lawsuit for that to happen. And it's never going to happen because there's too much money to be had. Simple. Like
Yeah.
it's the worst response. I know no one wants to hear it, but there's literally just too much money on the line. We're never going to see any fucking change, especially with how much money they're getting pumped in the last couple of years with these new expansion teams. We are literally never seeing change. It's so sickening. It's so sickening. Until, like, I think we talked about this, Pierce, like, until at least Bettman's gone, we're not
Yeah,
seeing,
when
like,
he's gone.
systemic change. Because, like, the NBA didn't see systemic change till Adam Silver took over. Like, that's just
Yeah.
plain and simple.
And he
Like,
cares
yeah.
about the players. Like, he's a
Exactly.
players commissioner.
Like, they need a player's
Barry Bettman
commission.
is very much not.
No, he's
he's
an
a-
owner. He's an owner's
Yeah.
mouthpiece. We talk about this all the time.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He's an
Puppet.
owner's fucking mouthpiece. It's so stupid. That's why I keep saying it comes down to money, because these owners don't give a shit. As long as it lines their pockets, they literally don't give a fuck.
Yep.
And it's so
Literally,
stupid.
look at our own favorite team.
Yep. We're not getting into that. No.
Yeah.
No. We'll not get into them being fucking
Done that
shit-ass motherfuckers when they're like the fourth most profitable franchise in the NHL. Yeah, sure. Totally. Let's not spend the cap every year. Whatever. I don't know, man. Like,
We'll always do our part, and it just sucks that the people that have the power and influence don't do shit.
nope.
Yeah.
Just they're scared and they like their money.
And not even like the hockey and so like the Jake for Tannen thing. They
God,
just brought it
like
Yeah.
everyone reporting about, second chance for Jake Cannon. Shut the fuck up, please. Like, oh my God. Stop
He's-
fucking, like,
I'm not even gonna say what he is, but we all know what he is.
and
Like,
this
I don't
isn't
want to
even
use
just
that word
NHL.
right
This
now.
happens in every sport. Like, I remember when Deshaun Watson got traded, Adam Schefter was like, this is exactly what Deshaun wanted, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you fucking meat rider. Get the fuck off his dick. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, have you
Like-
seen the Darren Traeger shit with like the Jets?
Literally,
Like, oh
the
my
meat
God.
riding
Oh,
is
Pierce.
crazy over here.
They're
with
just
Darren Traeger.
fanboys. They're fanboys.
Pierce, I loved your
That's what they
tweet,
are.
Pierce.
Because
I
they
loved your
give me
tweet.
interviews and give me little quotes that don't mean anything. So
Pierce,
I can't
wasn't it-
ruin my sources. Even
Yeah,
though
I
my
your
wonder
sources
if
arms
probably
Darren
must be-
Traeger's-
arms must be
yeah.
sore from carrying all that water. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking great, and it's so true. He did it with Mr. Paul
Mitch
Marner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
I-
Paul
I-
doesn't
I
think
sure had
this
a
is gonna
great
happen. All right, bud.
man.
I'm
Oh my
so
God, yeah.
over hockey
Darren
media.
Traeger has gone so far down, like in my respect books.
Dude,
like,
all those major guys have
yeah.
gone down since the Kyle Beach shit. I don't like
Mhm.
any of them anymore. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah,
cool, Freeze and all them. Like, you guys do all this shit.
Cool,
You
you
don't
break
report the
trade.
shit that matters. You don't
Yeah.
report the shit that matters.
Mhm.
And then when you, like, oh my God, did you see the Rick Westhead thing where Hockey Canada's sending out like that like whole
Oh,
questionnaire
Christ,
to
yeah.
the fucking families? And they're like,
Mhm.
is the media being too hard on Hockey Canada? You
Are
agree,
you
strongly
kidding
disagree,
me?
or
That's the
I'm like,
problem.
you
There is
guys
no
are the
radio in
biggest
this.
batch
Yeah.
of bitches on earth. Oh, they hurt my widow feelings. Oh no, we've literally accounted for sexual assault for decades, but they hurt my widow feelings. So I gotta put a question in my questionnaire. Do you think they hurt our widow feelings too much? Oh my God, we're a multi-billion-dollar organization, but they hurt my feelings. So I gotta complain about it in the media because they hurt my feelings because I'm a piece of shit company. Like, are you kidding me? My fucking inhumane actions are getting called out, and now my feelings get
If
fuck
it
you.
isn't
There's
the
Fuck you.
consequences of my actions.
Yeah.
God, I fucking so over this sport, dude. Take some fucking accountability for once in your goddamn life.
Dude,
You
bro, it's
useless
fine.
sacks of shit.
And just
The
do
amount
bare
of families
minimum.
that they have hurt, and they're worried about that. It drives me up a wall, man. It drives me up a fucking wall. I can't stand that shit. I can't stand that shit.
It's beyond cold. I mean, you're talking about, I'm not even gonna. I'd rather not.
I hope they don't have families. I hope they don't have fucking families.
Mention
honestly.
like any detail or anything hinting towards that, but obviously people were hurt beyond words, and yet, and it's the image they're worried about. Like that shows you where their heads are.
Like
They're-
fuck you.
Like you said, there's not going to be change from these people.
No, literally,
People
like
that
these
are
dudes are
running-
more worried about getting their fucking feelings hurt than helping out the people's lives that they ruined. Like,
Until Bettman's
just
gone.
fuck off, honestly.
Until I mean, I don't know with Hockey Canada. There's so much. There's probably immense amounts of nepotism and
I
and
don't
such
care,
going
dude.
on there, to the point where I doubt that's going to change for a long time.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
be
this
proud
was-
to be proud to respect that brand. Totally, guys. Totally. Be proud
What
to
did they-
respect that fucking brand.
Dude, what did they give Connor to do that? I mean,
Oh, it's easy. A shit ton of money. Because he's
yeah,
literally the best player in the NHL. And he's got all
openly
these
just go, I'm proud. It's like, it's obvious he's doing this for somebody.
Literally,
Like,
the NHL's PR team is actually from the boys. That's what it is.
it is.
Literally is.
Holy shit.
Oh no,
seen
satire
that.
actually being
Except
reality.
the
Where have I
fucking-
seen this before? Jesus Christ. Like, I just can't. I can't with the sport. I really fucking can't. And then when people actually try to do the right thing, they just get shot down. It's so sickening. Guys like Rick Westhead, people like Katie String, who work their ass off on these stories, they just get thrown under the rug. Because we got to talk about Jake Virtanen getting a second chance.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not even a
Okay.
mention of why he was gone for. A
Don't
season,
even
he
mention
went
why
to
the fuck he's
KHL.
gone. By the
Yeah.
way, they're doing that shit with Deshaun Watson in the NFL too. I was watching Thursday Night Football. They're like, yep, well, when Deshaun Watson returns week 12, does not mention a single time why the fuck he's suspended for 12 games.
Yeah, they're just fanboys. They want their access. They're complicit
God,
in
the
all
sports
that.
suck. It's every sport. Like,
You're
God,
right.
Fucking little fanboys. Jesus Christ. Oh man, I hope they think I'm their cool. I hope they think I'm their friend. Motherfucker, they all hate you. Probably. Like, I'm sorry. I haven't met a single fucking player that likes the media. Ever.
Nope.
Newsflash, asshole. Like, Jesus Christ.
You see, there was a quote yesterday. I guess Malkin was getting asked by reporters, and like they went up to him, and he's like, "Sid's over there," and they're like, "We want you," and he's like, "I don't want you,
I don't want
Jesus."
you, yeah.
Fuck
Yeah,
off.
so
Honestly.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. No, it's, and I'm sure if I was tweeting this, I might get killed by people, but it comes down to it's men running the sport. It's a genuine boys club, and if you don't fit in, fuck you.
Look at Drake Batherson's comments. Like,
Living the life or whatever he said.
literally, there's like people are like, "Oh, maybe he took it out of context." Either way, it's worse. Like you can't read.
No.
Like,
Hold
okay,
up.
maybe
No.
that's
The
fine.
fact that people
let
have to
me,
defend context is so fucking stupid.
No,
Just
let
don't
me-
even say that. Don't put that quote in the world. But you did
Yeah,
because you
if
fucking
you're-
mean it and you're a piece of shit. Plain and
If these guys gave half a shit, they wouldn't be saying shit like that. They'd have the
You wouldn't even
decency
be
and
going
the
to the fucking
empathy
podium.
to understand, hey, like I shouldn't be praising my fucking life. I shouldn't be, talking about how great hockey culture and hockey life is. You shouldn't, but these guys don't give a shit. So we,
They don't, because they've seen what the outcome is. You're just gonna get a fucking slap on the wrist.
if there's no consequences, actions are unfortunately when when there aren't consequences and you have shitty people like these
If
hockey
you're
players,
good at what you do,
actions will
you'll
keep
never
happening.
have to worry about that. Especially Jake Batherson. Hell, even if you're Jake for 10, you don't have to worry about that apparently either.
You want to know what
Oh,
Drake
if you
Batson
just go to
doesn't give a
Russia.
fuck? Because even if this shit happens and he gets fucked, he still makes $30 million regardless. He does not give a single fuck what happens now.
That's all. It's always what it's
He's-
about. Just the money.
It's a fully guaranteed league. That's all he cares about. So even
Just
when
a
this,
bunch of-
I'm not trying to assume before anyone fucking jumps on my ass and they're like, oh, what if you didn't do it and you're just a jackass? Cool. I'm just assuming at this point. But if what we think happens does happen, oh, that is the worst look you could have ever fucking had. And you just lost the opportunity of a lifetime because you're a fucking immature prick.
You have
Congratulations.
zero sympathy for
Oh,
anyone.
but they
I
were
don't
young.
what
Don't
age
care.
you
You're
are.
grown
Yeah.
fucking adults at
Exactly.
that point.
Dude, no, I'm sorry. We're all what 23,
When you're
24,
16
22?
years old, you
No.
know that gang rape is not okay. Sorry for people who don't want to hear that, but it's true. Like,
Oh, no,
sorry,
so
you
hurt.
don't. Oh, he's a kid. Sorry, you get taught at a young age that shit's fucked in the head. I'm sorry.
You should know, like from kindergarten, that's
You
not
should
a
know
good
from
Fucking
thing.
common.
move,
No,
my
you
God.
should know from common
Treat
fucking
the
sense.
other
That's not
person
even.
with some decency and respect, for the love of God.
I've been taught since I was a little child, golden rule: treat others the way you want to be treated.
Oh my God.
But the thing is, with these hockey players, their golden rule is they see themselves. They're self-important narcissists. I'm sorry, most of these guys are. It's the world that we live in with these, with sports. I mean, these guys are propped up on pedestals from day one. A lot of these guys are phenoms of what they do. They're better than most anybody else at what they do.
They've never been told
They get
their
praise.
shit a day in their life.
Exactly. And, not saying go and be an
They've had to
asshole
go
to your
through pure
kids,
adversity. Like they
but
have everything handed
give
to
them some fucking humility, man, because there's none to be seen. It's just pride and self-importance, and it's
But that's what makes a good athlete. Shut up. Like, honestly.
yeah, that's why. And
Yep, that's what makes the best of the best athletes. You
I
gotta be
know
a piece
some
of
people
shit
say
human
that
being.
it's it's just, it's part of the sport. The McKinnon thing. Oh, that's just part of the sport. This and this and that. Yeah, I know that these guys can handle it. I get that, but that shouldn't be the culture that you're perpetuating. Okay, yeah. Can these guys deal with it? Sure, fine. Is it fucking healthy? Absolutely not. It's not. I'm sorry. I am, like everybody, sick and tired of that. Sick and tired of being a piece of shit in hockey. There's always these mental gymnastics to turn it into being a leader or this or that. Some of these guys are just abusive assholes,
We
and
need to
that's what it is.
rethink what a leader is in hockey, specifically over the
Yep.
past couple of years, because we paraded Jonathan Toews as the best leader in hockey, and he couldn't even help out a fellow.
Dude, Nathan McKinnon was fucking calling players fat to motivate them.
shaming, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. That part I get, like, whatever. Like, that you're gonna hear that all the time. Like, I get why
True,
people
I
are making a
just-
big deal out of that, but like, I don't
But
know.
I think it just shows the culture. This is
There
the
are
mindset
bigger,
of,
there are bigger fucking
There's
fish to
levels to
fry
it.
than Nathan McKinnon calling Jack Johnson fat. That's all I'm gonna say.
that is, yeah, there are levels
There are
to this shit,
way
for
bigger
sure.
fucking fish to fry in the sport than that. That's my thing with that. And the problem is that news story will get way more attention than what the fuck's going on in hockey camp.
You're not
That's
wrong.
the fucking problem.
Because,
That's the
like
fucking
we said, no one wants to get uncomfortable. Nobody wants to get uncomfortable. Because McKinnon, you can read that. Whatever.
Oh, he's a tough guy. Oh, he wants
Yeah.
his guys to be good. Oh, but when it comes, like, literally, like,
Yeah.
what's the thing where it's like, I'll watch this, but I turn my back to sexual assault. Like, Jesus Christ.
No.
You draw the line at sexual assaults, yeah.
Exactly.
No, it's community. I can
Mhm.
accept racism, but I draw the line at animal cruelty.
Thank
You
you.
accept
That's literally what
racism?
this is. It's like I can accept being pieces of shit, but I draw the line at fucking sexual assault.
At fat
Yes,
shaming, yeah.
You
Yeah.
suck. Like,
I
don't
draw
wanna
the
talk
line
about-
at chick.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm so fucking mad.
Yeah,
now.
no.
Like, Jesus
Sudden
Christ.
death, baby. Sudden death time. Let's go.
We don't even have any questions. I'm pretty sure. Someone
we
just
have
said, "Good
one.
luck with the Alex Stalock experience." That's the only thing I got.
Who said that?
Fucking
We got
Max.
good wishes.
Happy
That's good
birthday to
know.
Max, by the way.
Oh, happy birthday,
I
man.
think he just turned 21 today.
We actually just got one question from Patrick. Breakout rookie this year, someone not on everyone's radar. Someone who's not on everyone's radar. Good grammar.
On
All right,
the
I gotta
I think
Hawks
we've
or
got this is
what?
kind of something we've talked about a lot, like at least last podcast episode. A guy I didn't really mention as a guy who could be a potential dark horse for a Calder Trophy, Mason McTavish on the Anaheim Ducks. That guy is a bull. He is a monster. He's gonna be a pain in the ass to play against. He's gonna be playing behind Zegras. Like that's a guy who could
That's gonna be fun for
top
Anaheim.
30 goals in this league. I think. Like
You have Zegras dancing everybody he gets on the ice, and then you put the biggest asshole on the ice.
punishing in the most like two opposite ways. One that's just gonna embarrass you as skill, and then one that's gonna kill
where you tear you fucking down. Yeah.
All right. Call me crazy because of the amount of shit I give to him this offseason, but I'm picking Alex Holtz.
What?
I like that a lot.
Hold the presses. Schmitty said something positive about the Devils.
Yeah, it took 4 months, but there you go.
Something squirrel finds blind.
Yeah,
squirrel
something a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
You throw enough shit at the wall,
Something's gonna stick eventually. Yeah. But like genuinely, like Alex Holtz should get like a legit top 6 look this year. You would have to think with the way their like secondary scoring set up.
No, he's gonna play with Eric Howla.
Okay, I don't know how he's looking out of camp and yada yada. I really want to see what JJ Peterka does.
Ooh,
if he makes this team, because Buffalo looked fun last half of the year.
Yeah.
So I think Peterka. I'm trying to think of this Calder group.
It's gonna be a really interesting Calder race, honestly.
In my ears.
Not
There's
really
so
like
many.
a runaway favorite right now.
There's so many, yeah, and exactly. There's like at least not yet. There's not anybody that's like way ahead of the group. There's Beniers, but there's Johnson, but there's Holtz, but there's Peterka. There's fucking McTavish even. I mean, Hinola.
Beniers and Wright in Seattle. Like you got names. It's just no one's gonna pull away. You got Owen Power. Like there's a lot of names.
Yeah, dude. There's everybody.
I don't know if there's any goalies that'll be in it this year, but
not that I know of. No.
Probably next year. I would think maybe Wallstetter.
Michael Bunting, not.
No.
We talked about this, Paris, because Menko's going to win in Vancouver because he's like 26.
Oh, yeah. Why were you even having the debate? There you go.
By the way, I already saw somebody say that Adam Gaudette can be the next Michael Bunting for the Leafs. After 5 minutes.
Guys, but he won a Hobie Baker. You know who else won a Hobie Baker? Jimmy fucking VC. Remember how much they hyped him up?
Remember that? How
most Hobie Baker winners.
You even know who that is.
Not many. That is not a.
Cale Makar is like the only one that's actually really fucking good. Johnny Gaudreau is the only one that was really.
Yeah, those are literally the two I thought of. The other one I thought of was Drew LeBlanc, and that's because he was a bust.
Terrible.
He was bad.
Didn't Bobby Brink win a fucking Hobie Baker?
No shit, really.
Caulfield, one of them.
I think Caulfield did. Yeah.
Caulfield definitely.
Oh yeah, because he did play.
So he had like 30 goals in 30 games. That shit was stupid.
Let's take a look-see show.
Forgot he played college. And
honestly though, like the Hobie Baker's such a hit or miss trophy. You're so right.
Oh, it is hit or miss. Look, guess who won it last year? Jordan McKay.
Yeah, that shit's so rigged. Like honestly,
what is that?
That's like the 25-year-old goalie that was playing for Minnesota Duluth last year.
Okay, let's go through the last since 2010. Blake Geoffrion, 2010. Andy Miel, 2011. Jack Connolly, 2012. Drew LeBlanc, 2013. Here's
Jack
the
Connolly,
first good
SHL
one.
legend, by the way.
Here's the first good one. Johnny Gaudreau in 2014. Jack Eichel in 2015.
Okay, pretty good. Pretty good.
Jimmy VC in 2016. Will Butcher in 2017. Meh, like barely NHL players.
William
Butcher had so much hype.
Yeah. Cale Makar 2019. There you
Stud.
go. Scott Peronovich 2020. He might be
not bad. He's good for the Blues. He's a good player.
Cole Caulfield did win last year, so that's not bad. Then Jordan McKay won last year.
I mean, it's not a bad list of players. On it, like after Gaudreau, it gets good. I'll say that much. But then, honestly, if you look at USA Hockey, that's around when USA Hockey started to get really fucking good. So,
I want to hear some finalists for the trophy in the previous years.
Yeah, actually,
Bobby Brink was a finalist in 2022.
That's where I heard it. Okay, I knew Brink was like close one year.
2021, Jordan McKay was a finalist, and it looks like he won it.
Because he's 25! He's old as shit!
Wait, that didn't register.
Yeah, he's 25 in college hockey. That's why I didn't take him seriously at all. And he upset that really good Minnesota team last year, and everyone was like, oh, this guy's going to be an NHL goalie. And it's like, guys, he's beating up on teenagers. Like, Jesus Christ.
That's like a 20 or 21-year-old playing against 16s in like the WHL.
Like, come on, guys. Get a grab.
2020, Jeremy Swayman was a finalist. 2019, Adam Fox was a finalist. 2018,
Fox and McCarr were competing for the Hobie Baker, and then they were competing for the Norris. That's great.
Yeah.
That's
2017, Zach Aston Reese was a finalist. 2016, Kyle Connor was a finalist. Who won it?
Damn, that's a fucking. Wait, who won
Yeah.
2016?
Jimmy Vesey won over Kyle Connor. That's
Man,
funny.
hindsight is 2020. Holy shit.
Yeah, Jimmy Vesey was in a finalist in 2015, lost to Jack Eichel. Greg Carey in 2014, Eric Hartzell in 2013, literally never heard of him. Hey, Rockford Ice Hog legend Spencer Abbott in 2012, Matt Fratton in 2011. Then
Matt,
Let's
Fratton,
go!
Frat
Yes!
Sanity, let's go,
That's my
baby.
fucking
Frat
boy.
Sanity.
Gustav
my
Nyquist in
boy.
2010.
Wasn't
Because-
Henrik Borsch? Like, I think Henrik Borsch
Yeah,
was close.
There's apparently there's like another page with like other finalists. Like Henrik Borgstrom was one in 2018.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
he
Borsch
was-
was really good at Denver.
Shane Pinto was one in 2021. Then Thatcher Demko was one in 2016.
Nice.
Good players on
Jonathan
that list,
Johnson,
dude.
2013, and Cam Atkinson.
It's always the bums that win it, though.
It really is, though.
The problem.
The finalist is like, yeah, so if you're a finalist for the Hobie Baker, you might be a good NHLer unless your name's Dylan Sekura.
Well, then you're a great NHL player, obviously.
And you're a
Yeah.
guy who gets 20 goals and 40 assists for 60 points, which seems fair for
Like,
him.
better than Adam Gaudette, clearly.
Better than Spencer Abbott.
Real.
Real.
That was a fun rabbit hole, though. Hobie
Oh,
Baker.
man.
That was a nice rabbit hole to go down indeed.
Down under.
Down under. Well, I feel we covered a lot here. Just a disclaimer: we are recording this Saturday morning, and then I'm running this Sunday morning, so I can't wait for everything to just happen all tonight.
Yep. Jason Robertson contract is coming
Yeah,
in
who
5
else?
hours.
Marfe,
Adam Gaudette, hat trick.
Adam Gaudette, the 8-year extension is on its way already. You know.
Yeah, they already gave him the Hart Trophy, didn't you hear?
Oh,
They're just
yeah,
keeping it in
well,
Toronto. They're giving it for Matthew.
But the
Gaudette.
real question is, did he get the Ted Lindsay though? Does he have the respect of his peers?
No.
Oh.
He got the Messier, though, because he's a real
no.
leader.
Because he's a real leader, yeah.
Oh, God.
And then
Yeah, I
he
got
won
nothing
Will
else to say, though.
Masterson for perseverance and things of that nature. I mean, it's nice when players win the Bill Masterton, but it's like, hey, who went through the most trauma? There you go. He went through the most trauma. Take it.
Well,
But
let's
this
make you
guy,
relive that
and
shit
trauma,
real
no,
quick.
you don't. Yeah, you don't get it. No.
Ugh, stupid.
Weird trophy. Weird ass trophy.
Isn't
weird
this
ass
just
sport.
a weird ass sport to be like, to put it in the most nicest way? It's a weird ass sport.
Yeah. We're weird.
Anyways, thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to leave us a 5-star rating on your preferred platform. Smash that like button if you're watching on YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We will have a prospect series episode on Wednesday, every single Wednesday. And then we'll have a regular ass NHL podcast where unfortunately we have to talk about Blackhawks every Sunday. But there's preseason activity today. I am hearing the tires are being kicked. And then NHL
Board battles
season
are being won.
starts
By Adam Gaudette.
on October 11th, I believe, one day after Canadian Thanksgiving. And then, yeah, then it's 6 months of the NHL, then it's the playoffs, and then it's the draft, and blah, blah, blah. It's going to be such a fun year. Am I right, gentlemen?
Sure, man.
It's going to fucking suck. Anyways, like,
Ugh.
I'm going to be more excited watching the WHL this year than the NHL. That's for true. By the way, I saw the trade deadline is on Friday, March the 3rd, so we got to make sure that we do the live stream for that day. But
Word.
yeah,
Adam Gaudette made a hit. Let's go.
let's go. Let's go.
Pretty sure Alex DeBrincat scored for Ottawa. Dead inside.
Oh, nice. That's
Okay. So
yay.
let's end this off so we can go watch some preseason hockey, shall we? So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Give us a 5-star rating. Follow us on your preferred podcast platform. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Check out Simplifying Scouting. We're going to be doing a lot of great work there. And enjoy your Sunday. Peace out.